The ToyPic Community Top 10, brought to you by the Toy Daddies.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the TPC Top 10 with the Toy Daddies. I am Toy Father. With me, as always.
What's up, buddy? It's no chewing.
No chewing. How's it going?
Oh, no, there. Hey.
Did I do it the right way?
No, you did. I didn't do it the right way.
How's it going, man?
It's going good.
Yeah?
Wednesday. I was happy that it's Wednesday.
I feel like this week's going by quick.
It has. It has gone by very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Even though even though it's like the days are long, it's been going by quick. It's already Thursday tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited. Just gotta get to the weekend.
Just gotta get to the weekend. I have Friday off. Do you have Friday off?
No, I don't. Oh. So you going live? When you going live? What time?
I probably could.
What time we going live? People, what time do you want us to go live on Friday? You want lunchtime? You want brunch time? Late afternoon time?
Think about what we could do.
Toy and tell.
About
you tell us about toys.
I'll tell you about toys.
Tell us about the next chapter of Laser Man.
We could do a Laser Man reading. I gotta figure that one out. But yeah, welcome everyone. Yimbo is taking just the night off. He's been
that's still uncertain. He may still be here in like
he may show
30 minutes.
Yeah, and I bet if he does show up to say hi, he'll stay for the rest of the show. But hey,
I bet he will show up because he can't bear to be without a Wednesday top 10.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I agree. I felt lost the week I took it off.
Yeah, I didn't, but yeah.
No, you did. I know you did. You missed us. You missed me.
I didn't. Yeah, I missed you guys. I didn't. Yeah. I didn't feel lost.
No, you were just wandering your house all Wednesday night, being like, "Oh, I should be doing something."
Hey, we met up this weekend.
We did. We did for our quarterly nachos and toys.
Nachos and toys, and vampire tacos and wings.
Those wings were so good.
Were they? They look good.
Yeah, the bread was nicely it was like a deep batter and had like real nice spice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could smell them. They smell good. I was in a nacho taco vibe.
Nacho taco, nice.
Nacho taco. But then we saw Ghostbusters,
which was fantastic. I loved it.
I loved that movie. I still when you see a movie, you either forget about it or you think about it the next day. I thought about it the next day.
Same.
I thought, I don't know. It was just a great ride. It was just entertaining.
I think they did a lot of world building around it to the point where I want to see the world that they built. Like,
say more.
The sign. I don't think this is much of a spoiler, but there's a bit of a research division now.
Oh yeah.
I would
that is cool.
Go for that. Even
as a TV show, maybe
Max do a Max show, 8 episodes. Ghostbusters research or R&D.
R&D, yeah. I have to say, I thought Winston got his due, and I loved him.
Well, they gave. Do you remember the button scene off of Afterlife with Winston?
No.
And he's talking about the world needs Ghostbusters, and it shows him opening up the firehouse again.
Yes.
Talking with Janine.
Yeah.
And that gave him a whole lot to do. And then this one built off of that. It was beautiful.
I loved something about it. Just okay, spoilers just a little bit, but seeing
spoilers.
Seeing Janine's role in there, just it made me just feel so good. I loved her character, and I thought it just added more. And she wasn't in a whole lot, but
she wasn't.
I loved her.
In the TV show, I want her in there every episode.
Right?
I want her to be in charge of that research lab.
Yes. And it doesn't look like she's aged.
No.
None of them really do, except for maybe Aykroyd and Bill Murray.
Yeah, but Murray. Bill Murray looked like he aged, but he still has it. Still has the power.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was good to see in person, trade some toys, talk. I was saying we talk every week, but we don't talk.
That's right. I've been playing with this guy ever since.
How do you like him?
He's good. Although it's him and the Monkey King gave me.
Oh, that
He's a
one.
lot of fun.
I forgot about it. I gave you that one.
He's
Isn't he cool?
he's really cool.
Yeah,
He has
I
a
knew
lot
you
of
liked him.
hidden articulation that I didn't realize.
He's really smooth when you move him around, and he's just the look is just so cool.
And
I
I was
hope you
able to
bring.
balance him too.
I
Some of
hope you
those like
bring
high
him.
kicks.
I hope you bring him to Europe.
Yeah. Yep. I need aviators, so I'm on a hunt for that. Or I might print some.
That or you need one of those like, the stick and like the
A bindle and stick? Stick and bindle?
and so he's just traveling everywhere with it. I
Mhm.
think that would be a good idea.
That'd be really funny. Or no, Fex does the luggage too. He's just rolling along toy luggage.
That's a good idea.
I could get little toy stickers and stick them on,
I like that too.
like in Tiny Toy Daddies, Between Two Sentinels, Where the Addiction, all plugs.
Yeah, I know. Ding, ding, ding. I like that idea too. I played with this guy. I think he's a top 10 fig
Yeah,
with the mod.
we need to do our top 10 halfway in May, I think, or May, June.
That's true. And then I still have this, but I cut him off, guys.
Oh, you cut him good. How did Machu get that off without cutting?
He said he just took off. He took off the arms and then heated it up and then pulled it off.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, well,
But you're never gonna go back.
yeah, I know. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. I mean, I could, if I were put it on something, I could just maybe hot glue.
There's some glue that I've been using for 3D printing that is really thin that could seal it up pretty well.
Yeah, I mean,
If
honestly,
you wanted to. I
I'm
don't
not
think
gonna
you
go
ever
back.
go. Why
Look
would
at
you
that.
go back?
This is awesome.
Looks like you have a Mafex in your hand.
Doesn't it? It looks fantastic.
Did it come
Head
with an
sculpt's great.
alternate head?
No,
Ah.
but this is all the I was about to say. This is all the head I need. Like this is. Look at that sculpt. This is the perfect Scarlet like lens.
I agree.
Oh.
You should get another one and practice cell shading.
I have 2 more, so yeah, okay.
You have 2 more coming?
I bought 3.
You bought a case?
I bought 3.
Case of Scarlets?
I don't know what it is. Like with Scarlet, I feel like I need to buy more of them because they sell out.
They do. They really do.
Every time they sell out. And the retro, I wish I had bought 2. I only bought 1. This one, I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab 3.
I'm like that with a few figures. Like I have 2 retro carded Venoms.
Oh yeah, that's
So I have one on cards.
the one that came in the box, right?
Yeah. So I have one on cards, and I have another one for Retro Beast.
Which one? The
lab coat.
Lab coat. So I have that. I have the lab coat too. And someone told me he was going for like $100.
We should sell them.
I know.
We have cons to worry about this year. That's $100.
I'd flip that.
Any takers? Anyone want?
To add to my Spider-Man, I got 2 more Spider-Man. I got Assassin Spider-Man, Spider Shot, with weird fingers or pointy fingers.
Finger guns.
Then I got Last Stand Spidey, who has no ab crunch.
That's sad.
I know. See, like, look, it's because of the jacket.
I know Jay Shot was calling me out for making that statement about butterfly joints, but for Spider-Man, I feel like they always need to have butterfly joints and ab crunch.
Yeah. Wait, what was it that you
I said something
like?
about like that I like a figure even and it didn't have butterflies or something like that. I forget.
Yeah. I can't remember if you said I don't remember you saying this, but whether you'll throw a figure away if you don't have it or you want it on every figure.
I want it on every figure.
Okay.
I've settled for like the turtles don't have butterflies. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's true. I'll tell you what does.
She looks good.
Revlotech Catwoman. I don't have a definitive Catwoman. This is it. This is great.
I mean, this is going to give you the most articulation out of anything ever.
I love this one. It's so good.
That's cool.
I like it. So I'm playing with that while we go. And then one final plug. YOLO. There's only one life. One. YOLO Cheetor.
They started to ship out Pro Optimus Prime.
I thought they already did.
Well, they were announcing it, but I think I saw someone got it in hands.
Wow, he looks really good right here. I love putting this thing together, and I think I put a reel up. Check it out. The reel, I had said, it's like building Legos, then having a fully articulated figure as the final product. You know?
It's basically what Build-A-Figures would become if they were allowed to evolve. To be like, hey, instead of like 6 pieces, it's 20.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I had more fun putting it together and then just like propping up. You feel somewhat accomplished. I liked it a lot. It's a cool figure.
I think you really like the die-cast ones.
Yeah, I want. Yeah,
it's not 100% die-cast. It's parts of them, but the light-up features, the extra articulation.
I kind of want to get Primal because I think his look looks good.
But I'm waiting for them to do, or at least this is just wishful thinking. I know nothing. That they do an Optimus Prime, but it's the cartoon version. Optimus Primal, sorry.
Okay. I was like, they did do an Optimus Prime, the cartoon
2 of them. 3 of them, actually, I think.
So, like the old design?
Yes.
Beast Wars?
Before he went Transmetal. And then when he goes Transmetal, I'll buy that one too.
And then when he goes
Optimus.
Optimal Optimus was my favorite, even though the color scheme was weird. Like, I'm like, oh, yes, this is awesome.
It was so ridiculous.
Wasn't it?
It's a gorilla that transforms into a jet.
Yes. And then he's like, he grew so big because he put the Matrix in him, right?
That's right. Yeah.
and then, of course, like, Megatron has to be a dragon.
And they stayed a dragon. What was that?
And he stayed a dragon, yeah. I think, did we talk about this? How I thought it was awesome. Many people didn't like it when it went to Beast Machines.
When we spoke to D. Amazing.
Okay.
He has a very strong opinion.
I did like it how in Beast Machines it showed Optimal and Dragon Megatron fight each other. And then all of a sudden they find themselves on Cybertron again.
Yeah. I did like all the little twists. Like hidden characters like Rhinox. That was a sad story, but great episode.
Yeah, Rhinox. All of, like, honestly, like, I think that was one of the first times where a show became a different show but connected to the old show, you know?
Yeah, at least for like I would agree.
Because it's supposed to be something different, but it references the old show, which is pretty cool.
Oh, at that time, a lot of shows did that, like Batman to New
Batman
Adventures,
Beyond. That's true.
To Batman Beyond, to Justice League, Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, that was a great era, man. And
then X-Men, talking about that era.
Just about to say that. Yep. You like the 3rd episode?
Love the 3rd episode. Spoilers. We don't talk about it, but
we don't talk about spoilers. But
no spoilers. No spoilers tonight. It just
but did you like it?
I loved it.
I loved it too.
I love Morph. I need more Morph.
Yeah.
I need a new Legend Morph in a slim body.
I think this Morph is more palatable than the old X-Men Morph.
Yeah. And this is mental, like, Morph after, going through a lot of trauma and going through a lot of mental health exercises.
I will say this. I know Clintastic has some things to say about it, but I think it would have been, we talked about this behind the scenes, it would have been best if it was 2 episodes. No doubt.
Yes. Yeah, I would have preferably, but I'm glad we have it.
Clint, we can talk about it on Toy Talk next week.
Should we say hi to people in the chat?
Should we go to the chat or should we go to our guest?
Let's go to the guest and then we'll circle back to the chat.
Sounds good. All right, everyone. So this week we have Spero Toys with us, and we're so excited to talk about their new Kickstarter. Really excited. We've always been excited about Spero Toys and A Walk, so really excited to have some people, this person on to talk about their next new line of figures. Adam from Spero, how you doing, buddy?
You guys should have
going
gone
on?
to the chat first. Jason's not here yet.
Oh, it's all right.
Hey,
All good.
if we get that morph, how badly do you want like the older morph head as a pack in?
I would say that they would need to have that, right?
It's a no brainer.
And even the second shot at the old morph heads,
Mm-hmm.
second shot at the evil morph heads.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd also want them to do a lot of different just give me the white head version morph, but different expressions.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Okay, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. When he morphed into that old face, was that evil morph head or just
Evil
like
morph.
that was evil morph?
Evil morph with the purple
Yeah,
bags in his eyes to symbolize he hasn't slept.
yeah. I thought that was just tired morph, but okay, so that was evil morph.
I like his reaction when he's like, he knows it's sinister. He's like, we're in hell.
Yeah. No, yeah, he was good.
That's spoilers. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was like,
spoilers.
I just got back from Toyland and I've only watched the first episode. So,
oh, really?
How was Toylanta?
It was great, man. It was a blast. It was so much fun. I am actually on the west coast of Canada, so I don't get out to as many cons just because of where I live. There really aren't any. So if I'm not doing the Spero Toys ones, I just have to sort of see people's Instagrams and Facebook posts and things like that. But we had a blast. We had tons of product and sold a ton of it on Friday night, sold a ton of it on Saturday. Come Sunday morning, the table looked pretty sad. We sort of sold through like a bunch of characters, and people are like, well, where's the character on the banner behind you? And we were like, well, he's gone.
You're like, well, here's a QR code.
Yeah, exactly. We'll direct you towards the website. You could go and order it. But it was really, really fun. And it was a cool show because a lot of the people that were buying things. So we have 3 waves available for purchase right now. And the last few cons, wave 3 has been selling out, super, super quick. At Toylanta, it was a lot of people that were like, hey, I've heard about your line. I've known about your line. I just haven't picked anything up. So, where do I start? So we actually sold through like the wave 1 figures first, and then sort of into the wave 2 figures. And then the only thing we had left was wave 3 figures. So it was cool. It was just like a different crowd. And that's what we want, right? We want more eyes, new eyes, people that haven't seen the figures and haven't had a chance to pick them up. So yeah, it was great.
It's really interesting with AWOC is that, what it's, for visually, you can see online, you can see different photos of them on Instagram and they look really cool. But once you actually get one in hand and actually feel how sturdy they are, like,
yeah,
they're absurdly sturdy. Like, I'm not afraid to break this guy at all. I can pose him however I want. I can get him wet. I can hit him with a ton of smoke, and that they'll make him be just like they were before.
Yeah, and that's on purpose. I mean, so I got in a little bit late. I started as a fan, and then just through sort of communicating with Jason and building a friendship, and just sort of talking about some things and having some insights from past experiences that I've had. It kind of turned into more, and now I'm working, for Spero Toys and working very closely with Jason, and it's great. And I mean, part of what I love about what Jason has created is that he wanted these to be like toys first, like the way that, and he wanted them to be able to be played with the way that we used to play with toys, where if you've got kids, you don't have to worry about your kids touching them. You don't have to worry about them falling off the shelf. You don't have to worry about the joints breaking or snapping, which isn't to say people, can't break them, but
still be kind to your toys. People.
Yes, exactly. I mean, if you put a firecracker on your toy, that's not a warranty. That's user error.
Yeah, I said water and smoke. Nothing about fire.
but no, they're just really great toys. They're very, very sort of playable. Like you said, they're virtually indestructible. It's one of the few toy lines that when my kids come into my office and want to grab toys, um, they're allowed to take the Animal Warriors or the Kingdom figures outside of my office. And then I just have to sort of spend the next couple hours, tracking down all the pieces and things like that on the couches and in the kitchen, and
oh, there's still some things like
exactly. So the
Ghostbuster Plasma Edition that my son, like it just has a bunch of little accessories. There's still pieces I've never found.
Yeah,
like you've only gone like 4 feet away from me. Where'd they go?
Yeah, it's remarkable, and you kind of think too, like think back of the vintage stuff, and you think about like, oh, why did everybody lose this, pistol or this helmet or whatever? We're still so careful about that, and we still lose things, and there's a void somewhere that these things just fall into, and somewhere there's the other end of that black hole is just filled with all these amazing little bits. Yeah.
I'm just gonna add in Jason. What's up, buddy?
Hey, there he is.
How we doing? Look who decided to finally show up.
So yeah, Adam, as you were saying, like, or No Chewing was saying this too, like, what I really like about the toys, and Jason, we had talked about this before, is just, I think what they do is remind me more of how Thundercats were designed back in the day.
Yeah.
Their scale, the look, but also going back to that feel of how sturdy they were.
Right. Yeah.
I remember taking my Panther into like the sandbox and like throwing it in there, and all you had to do is just run it underwater, and everything was fine.
It was good.
I'm not gonna do that with these, but these.
No, go ahead.
The same
Have
type of
fun with it.
scale. But I love. I love this, and this. I put the head sculpt. I just watched Planet of the Apes, and I was like, I need my Caesar.
Yeah, there was a new one that came out, right?
I don't know if it's come out yet, but
it's coming out.
Yes,
it's like I like how like long their titles are too. It's like the final battle for the return of the Planet of the Apes. It's like a whole paragraph. But it's funny you say about like whenever you mention the like the Thundercats. I've said a couple of times like I had to like campaign to get the Thundercats in the 80s because their eyes glowed and there was a whole kind of satanic scare going on. But I got Lion-O first, and I remember like one of those like just core memories of like sitting in my driveway, and I had Lion-O, and I had like this little tub just full of like masters, and like I just had him like just absolutely just like slaughter every single Masters figure I had, and then like the last one was like He-Man, and like everyone else kind of sort of put up a fight, but like when it got to He-Man, it's like Lion-O just like stuck his sword in his belly, and that was it. It was just like total like carnage, and I was like, yes, this is the new era of Thundercats. I haven't even had any coffee. I don't know what's going on here. I'm hyped.
Now I'm expecting Wave 5 of AWOC to have like a jobber that looks very much like He-Man.
Right?
It's the one human out there trying to fight all these animals.
You're just like, what in the hell is going on here?
I made a terrible mistake.
So how did you guys get your product down to the last con? Do you just drive it down, or
we started shipping everything. We've been shipping on pallets. This convention we shipped boxes to Brett, who is running Toylanta. He was very kind and received all the inventory with the exception of a couple of packages that just like UPS wouldn't deliver to the hotel for some weird reason. It was just a little bits of extra stuff. It wasn't actual products. So what's up, 1-6 shooter? I just saw him in the chat. What's up, Derek? What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Endless Fables hopped over from the last
Endless
the last stream where we were just on Mega J.
Yeah, Endless is a fun super fan.
Look, make it move. What's up, dude? How's it going, man?
Well, since you're on the chat, why don't we go say hi to the chat because we haven't done that yet.
Let's tell everyone hi. What's up, man? Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing?
So the best part of TPC and Toy Daddies is the chat. So all of you, if you have some questions for Jason or Adam, we'll star them. We'll remember to ask them. Put them in. But
sounds
hey,
great.
You make this show the best. The chat. So let's check it out. Josh Brown, what's up, buddy? First one to post right at 7:40. Wow, really early.
Thanks, Josh.
80 Figs, how's it going? Nearing 5,000 follows, so let's get 88 up because he deserves 5,000.
There you go. I'm trying to
Brian,
find
what's up, buddy?
Let's see here.
Messy Photography. Can't wait for your questions.
Oh boy, who let him in there?
Flynn.
Who let him in there?
Flynn, what's up, buddy? Clintastic 4, what's up, buddy?
All right, here we go.
Diggs Figs, yes, we said Laserman earlier today. Cal the Collector, how's it going? Literally Action Figs, what's up?
What's up, dude?
Animation Studio, how you doing?
Hey.
First Strike Figs, awesome photography. We're going to be talking about you later today or tonight. Loco Lou, what's going on?
We're just hanging out, talking about cool toys.
Wade Crate, how's it going, buddy? You got this next one, no Chang?
Probably not. No, you sing it. I'm not doing it.
Jukebox Hero. What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
It's a bit. Yimbo sings his name.
He does. Realm of Toys. How's it going, Frank? Alan Rappaport. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Did you say Realm of Toys?
Realm of Toys, yeah, Frank.
Nice.
Make It Move It Media. How's it going? Thanks for joining us.
He's awesome. He makes so much awesome content.
He really does.
The workhorse, yeah. Continuously putting out good stuff.
Ray Paz, how's it going? Mentioned you before, Endless Variables. How you doing, buddy? And Sir Trevor, 1/6 shooter, how's it going?
That guy makes some cool photos, right?
1/6 is really, he's a legendary.
Dude, Trevor's
Derek.
The master photographer, man. It's such an honor to have him photographing our figures.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Derek, how's it going, buddy? Wesley K, how you doing? Loves those AWOCs.
Thank you very much. What's up with Pablo?
We got Pablo. How's it going, bud?
We got
Mythic Dolphin has our first question. Will you please make a female white buffalo figure at some point, please? Pink albino eyes, sky blue, green grass.
Sounds good to me. Wait, let's see. Blue sky grass. Wait, my eyes are still a little fuzzy.
Sky blue, green grass, yellow, pink, rising sun armor.
Need a white buffalo female, please.
That does sound
cool.
We'll
do our best. We're gonna have that female buck, so we're gonna be using it quite a bit, unless it's like a reptile or something like that. So,
and we got Travis. What's up, buddy? And
how's it going?
The central figure. What's going on? Oh, and we got
that's main character vibes right there. Adam's got a pocket figure.
I got 2.
He's got a Plunderling and an AWOC. So I don't have a pocket figure. Usually what I do is I have a rotation of like new figures and then like favorite figures. Adam and I were talking about dad standing up while we eat. I like to stand up in the kitchen and eat most of my meals. And I have like the newest stuff that I got like right in front of me that I can kind of see and mess around with while I'm eating. And then I've got like staples that just don't move, kind of off to this, like either flank of the newer figures. And then as I get newer stuff, I'll kind of like incorporate the newer figures that are moving out upstairs into the toy shelf area.
And this is all while you stand up eating.
Yep. I like to stand while I'm eating. I don't know.
I
don't
do
know what it
too.
is.
I do
Yeah?
too. And then my aunt
Is
told
that like
me
a dad thing or something?
I don't
I do
know.
it too. I lean. There's an island, and I just lean on it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I
Yes.
like my
Yep.
kids have like their plates, and I've just freshly
Right.
served them, and I'm just shoveling something into my mouth.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
That's
just
it. Just hork
Can
it
I have a
down,
drink?
man.
Can I have more of this? You're never gonna sit down anyway, so you may as well just
Right.
keep
Yeah. Just
standing up.
exactly.
stand
You
at
get
the dinner
aggravated.
table.
I just I rue when I
Just
hear like
lording over the table.
a fork just like drops and hits the ground. I'm like, come on, I just gave it to you, man.
Like, oh God, I'm standing up.
You get one.
I see.
My
Ray's got
my
a good
aunt once
question.
my aunt once told me that standing up is not good for digestion while you're eating.
That's
so,
what Derek
probably
said
right.
too.
Really?
But walking is good for your digestion.
Yeah.
So like walking after you eat is good
I
for
don't know.
digestion.
So why not walking during?
maybe.
I feel like we're
Your
so
aunt
What about
is
eating on a
recommending-
treadmill?
Your aunt's probably recommending bum shuffling after dinner, so you stay seated, but you move at the same time.
Right.
Should try it.
Ray does ask, will figures have a way to store and carry their weapons on themselves at some point? Because I've asked and seen this
Yeah, we're
question
working
many
on like a
times.
generic strap system that, and then there's all the figures have plugs in the back. So we'll try to cater to each like weapon set. That way, we've got like the generic strap, and then the other, the little plug-in will be meant to kind of hold specific weapons. So it's something that we're going to kind of work on throughout production to kind of to dial in.
Maybe even a weapons rack, and then you store all the excess parts.
Weapons
on a
rack would be cool. I actually designed. What's funny is like for the last Kickstarter, I designed this weapons rack, and so many people wanted to buy it, and it was just I made it on like a laser burner, and then just kind of put it together almost like a 3D puzzle. So that might be something that we could maybe offer. I don't know. Maybe we could just like send the design to that Dio company that does like the cardboard dios. I wish I could remember what their name was.
Extreme Set?
The Aztec. What is it called? Extreme Sets. Yeah. I should just send the design and be like, here, this is free. Make this so we can send this off to customers and have it for ourselves as well.
The weapon storage, think like the Mythic Legion strap. It'll be
right.
That's
exactly.
kind of the idea, right? That every figure could get packed in with sort of just a generic. It won't be as generic as that one. Jason's designed like 8 of them.
Right.
So
yes,
I did. Just have to figure out which one works the best.
I know, right? I like this. This is hilarious.
Literally, make dinner with
funny. Yeah. Derek's right. We're bringing back AWOC Wednesdays, so stay tuned for that.
Oh, nice. With a twist.
AWOC Wednesdays twist. Both Adam and Derek had a really good idea, so we're going to implement that very soon.
The twist is it's not as much of a headache for me.
Yeah, and Derek and Sequoia. I'm just like, what would be cool? And you're like, no, that's not cool. That's a lot of trouble.
I do have to say, I went to Legion's Con, and I'm so glad I got him. I went.
Oh, cool, man.
I think the first day.
Yeah, I wasn't there, unfortunately.
They ran out of I think there were only like a few tangers, and then
Adam,
it was either you or someone else. They're like, come back tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
we'll have like 3. And I was like,
okay. We did 5 a day, and the people there were people that were like, I'll give you like $200 for one today, and I was like, nope, you got to come back tomorrow.
Can't do it. Yeah, it's not fair.
And one of those guys just didn't come back. He came back too late. You guys had come and bought them. I think no chewing. I thought you got yours on. I think you got yours on Saturday.
I waffled for like 2 minutes, and Yimbo bought the last one.
Yeah, it was Yimbo and I.
Oh, you didn't get one?
Just get them.
It's all right.
Especially like the Danger and the Vero.
We'll get you one.
It's better to just kind of grab it as soon as you can.
Yeah.
We don't sell stuff early. We will sell stuff whenever the event opens. I think we stayed late for Toylanta. We had like one customer. It totally wasn't their fault, but we were like, I think Adam, we were probably like 10 minutes after the show floor closed because Our internet was acting up. That was one thing, is there were so many people there that even though we had our own booster, like we'd get like 5 customers like without an issue, and then like our poor little Wi-Fi would just start farting out on us, and it'd be like a 5-minute delay to get them checked out. But it all worked out great.
Was Toylanta huge?
You know, I'll let Adam answer that. Like I couldn't see more than like 5 feet in front of me, but it felt like it was very, very packed. But it felt
Jason
like
just
it
had
was a
eye
lot of people.
surgery, so he
Yeah.
didn't know what was going on. It was so there was a bunch of different rooms, and the main room was a little. You guys were at Legion's Con, so I'll use that for reference. The main room felt like it was a little bit smaller than the Legion's Con main room, but then Legion's Con sort of had that one room across the hall.
Yeah.
Toylanta had
Right.
like 5 or 6 small rooms. One of them was about the size of that other room. So I think in the end it was probably roughly the size of Legion's Con.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It was a very different show though. A lot of vintage toys, a lot of GI Joe stuff. Going back all the way to like the 12-inch GI Joes and stuff like that. But it's a cool show. It's like it's a good vibe too. Like the crowd was really good. And everybody was just having a good time. And you know, maybe that's all cons. I don't know. I've never been to a con where people were like nasty or anything like that, but it was good. It was great.
Well, it's crazy that
It was such a fun show. It was really.
You're talking about how much product you moved, and it just shows like down south, like I don't think there are many venues where you could probably get that stuff.
So you know what? Yeah, go ahead, Adam.
I was gonna say, other than us, I think the only sort of brand, like the only company sort of representing their brand was Four Horsemen, I think.
Oh, were they there too?
Oh, really? Okay.
So it was us and them, and then everything else was toy stores and collectors and like I said, a lot of vintage stuff. So it was kind of interesting because I wasn't sure how that was necessarily going to play out, but I think a lot of people kind of came to us last because they were kind of going to. I'm looking for these 5, grail things, and if I find them, that's where I'm going to spend my money.
Exactly.
But everybody came back to us. We had people that would come to the table like 3, 4, 5 times, and we were placed perfectly because the main hallway went all the way down the hallway, and you could see we were directly through the main entranceway, right at the back wall. So like you saw us, as soon as you sort of walked in. Mythic Legions, they tucked off in a corner. But I think they did okay too. But yeah, we had our big banners.
Yeah, I think they needed that corner.
Yeah, I think they asked for.
Yeah, they needed that corner just because of the way, just because of like when people will flock to that area. It would kind of cause a bottleneck if they were like front and center.
Yeah, true.
But this is for Adam. So I went to go check on Derek and Sequoia this morning, and right before I got there, my eyes just started like gushing water, and I was like, "What is going on? This is crazy!" And then once all the chairs got away, like I could see like 2020, I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" My vision finally came back, so I'm a happy.
All weekend,
camper.
It was like I can see perfectly. I can't see it all. I can see perfect. Oh, it's gone again.
Yep. It would just come and go, and it was so frustrating. I felt like Mr. Magoo. I just like randomly have to put on sunglasses because it would get really sensitive and I couldn't see. So, but it was fun. We had a great time.
And he made the choice to wear like white framed sunglasses just to like lean into it. I don't know why.
Yep,
but
that was
extra
eccentric.
Josh Brown asks, are you going to go to Legion's Con this year?
Absolutely. We love our Legion's Con.
That's a fun con.
It's as much about seeing all the people that we love as selling toys.
Yeah. It has a lot of charm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Legion's Con is a lot of fun. Like you're just describing Toylanta as almost like a more vintage destination. Legion's Con is its own piece where most of the tables are custom stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? So in the past, Toylanta was very much like that, where you kind of go to find your Grail figures. I found this year it was a really good mix. Like we walked the floor and found. I mean, I always buy like Four Horsemen stuff there. When I see them at shows, but I picked up a couple of Marvel Legends figures. I picked up a Bucky O'Hare figure that I've been wanting to get.
Nice. What Marvel
Derek
Legends
and
did you
Adam
pick
got a
up?
bunch of stuff. I've been building out civilian figures for my like hostages for like my GI Joes to rescue from the clutches of the Cobra. So I got Jonah Jameson and I got Mary Jane from the what was it, No Way Home? So
nice.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much caught up on all the civilians. I think I might pick up the lawyer Daredevil, but I haven't. It's gonna have to be discounted for me to do that. So, but I got good deals. I was a happy camper.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Adam, you pick up anything?
Yeah, the first thing that I had to get was my family as a whole kind of just recently got into the Masters of the Universe Origins because of a couple of waves popped up at like it's called Dollarama. I don't know if you guys have that or not, but it's kind of a dollar store, so they're like $4 a piece. And my wife actually bought them, and it was like, okay, we're collecting these now, and I was like, all right. And then she kind of out of nowhere breaks out these like She-Ra box sets. She's like, I used to love She-Ra. She's not into toys at all. She's not she's all of a sudden just become like a switch is flipped.
Occupational hazard is spreading through the
family. Yeah, it's
That's
like
great,
proximity.
though.
It's like this disease is like spreading into the rest of the family.
They say couples that
joy
collect
it
together
brings you, and
stay
it's like, man,
together.
this is cool. I need to get in on this.
But she's been absolutely amazing in terms of just letting me have time to do all this stuff on top of my full-time job. And so the first thing I had to get, because the Origin She-Ra has sculpted hair, but she wanted to brush She-Ra's hair, so I had to find a vintage She-Ra, and I got She-Ra and Catra and Swiftwind for her. And then I got
the horse, right? You got the horse.
Yeah. And then I got a couple more Origins. And then at the end of the show, this guy's arm broke off. So Jason's like, can you just take this? I don't want this anymore. It's broken and I don't want to display it. And he's too fragile. And I was like, I'll take it.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
So yeah, it was. What else did I get?
Super easy to fix that though. Just use Gorilla Glue. Use the Craggle. Use the Craggle and you'll be good. All right, Derek. Get a good night's sleep. Love you, brother.
Mega Remove
speaking of
Media
He-Man,
says, what is the creative process for New Waves? Oh, sorry, keep going. What He-Man?
I got this. What is this? Masterverse He-Man? This is like the quintessential He-Man. Like this armor comes off. To me, it's
his camera
perfect.
sucks. It's the
absolutely
Masterverse.
Love it.
It's the Revelations Battle Armor He-Man.
It's
nice.
absolutely
Revolution.
fantastic. I might get another one to do like the metal brawl. I will say this, like the Masters of the Universe Classics is like it's nothing's topping it, but like this, like as far as like I can play with it and I don't have to worry about it if it gets broken or beat up. Like this is the Masterverse. I have so many figures, it's perfect. I got that. Let me show you this real quick. I had both of these figures on pre-order and they both showed up like way early, like within 2 days of each other. I got the classified, original style Duke. He's fantastic, really cool figure. I do prefer the portrait from the original, like Wave 1 classified Duke. Besides that, I prefer everything else on him. I got this really freaking awesome metalhead. So cool. He's like packed with accessories.
Cool. Oh, I don't have mine.
He's got
yet.
3 different looks. You could do like a helmeted head. The original one came with a helmet, or the hair on this is removable. So there's like a version without the goggles. Really, really cool. So Make It Move asked about like the process of like, preparing waves. So until now, it's been relatively easy because they've all been kind of the same buck. We've been doing like the pale buck, which is like it's Pale, Kali, Atreyu. It's all like a mix, a variety, you know, a mix of those three. But we've been working on these other bucks, you know, essentially since wave 2 was delivered. Or actually before that, we did like the female bodies and then the Kanji body, like we sculpted it during the production of the first Kickstarter stuff. So we've been sitting on those for a while, and then we kind of rolled into the reptiles and the latest thing that we did were the brawler bodies. So, you know, strategically we had to think about, you know, do we want to wait like 4 years to eventually work all these into waves, or do we want to do a Kickstarter and like go out real big and show, you know, what we've got, our catalog that we want to have of parts that we're going to be like mixing and matching. So hopefully everyone can kind of see the potential that we're kind of shooting for here with all the variety. You know, after all this stuff's funded, you can look forward to waves having a ton of variety as far as like body types and characters that we offer. So, you know, like maybe a year or so from now, we'll do a wave that might have like a brawler, a female, a pale buck, and a speedster buck. So it's essential for us to be able to, you know, have these distinct silhouettes in each offering or each wave that we put out.
Oh man, these look so good. I mean, I'm
What
sure you've
unlocked
heard
today?
this. This one really speaks to me, King Hannibal.
King Hannibal.
Oh, cool, man.
Dope, eh?
Look at that big
Oh.
honking mace, man.
Did you guys
fun.
read the comic book?
That's
Have
ridiculous.
you read the?
I read the first four
That's all of them.
issues.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all of them. So
Yeah.
what I was
Nice,
pushing
yeah.
Jason to do was
Yeah, we won't release issue
the,
5 until.
the big gun when he drops out of the like.
Oh, yeah,
airship
yeah.
thing. Didn't make the cut, but there's more.
Yeah, we've got kind of like that gun right there. So that was the compromise. Adam wanted that gun,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, we could do it, but we
It's so
can't do
complicated
that-
though. It's so crazy.
The thing about that double barrel magazine that clips in, yeah, if we did that double barrel, it'd be really hard for him to hold it with two hands. So I was like, you know what, let's lose that and just kind of make it almost like a laser rifle type thing.
Mm-hmm. I love just how the thoughtfulness to the details are like, well, I don't think it will work because he needs to hold it with two hands. It won't work that way. Like, I would just been like, yeah, let's make it.
We're collectors at the end of the day. So,
well, there's always the potential too for.
I'm trying to.
We haven't seen it yet, but I think we will hopefully, once this stuff starts shipping and once the line gets a little bit bigger, start seeing some of those customizers coming up with their own. I saw this in the comic, but we didn't have it, or maybe a different head or whatever for customizing. So we're hoping that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have time to do it, but I think our fan base is very, very talented. There's lots of customizers and lots of very creative people. So I think it's just a matter of time.
That's
and
why Legion's
can show up.
Con. That's why Legion's Con so perfect, because that's where
Yeah.
you see all those things, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we even saw. I mean, we saw a bunch of Animal Warriors of the Kingdom customized figures at Legion's Con, and Legion's Con, we hadn't even had figures out for a year. So, we've still got time. There's still, we're still growing. We're still, with these bucks, we're expanding, the library and things like that. And I think, people ask, are you going to do this species or a female version of this or what have you? Everything's on the table. It's just, we don't have the budget or the capacity to do 80 figures in a year, and we wouldn't want to either because then people wouldn't be able to buy them all. It'd be too expensive.
Exactly. Yeah, Adam made a good point. There's a fine line where, we want to offer like a nice, well-rounded wave each time and do like 3 to 4 waves a year. It doesn't put too much stress on the factory. It doesn't put too much stress on the collector. It's 4 figures per wave. There might be like a convention exclusive here and there, but we want to kind of make very palatable and easy on everyone's budget but pack as much quality in there as we can. I feel like I had something really clever that I was going to say after that, but I totally lost it. I saw that raving image and I got all excited. I can't wait to show the 3D version of that. We started kind of seeing sneak peeks of it at where were we? We were at the Chinese buffet restaurant. Dan started sending us little sneak peeks of it, kind of like blocked out versions of it. So yeah,
There's 20 days left.
Well, we picked out of it
a 3D version of it before the campaign ends.
Oh God, this one.
We're gonna try. Not, I don't know if we can do the Cardinal, but Raving. I think we'll have a 3D version of Raving for sure. But we'll see what happens. And he's really excited about sculpting those birds. So,
the
we have a
sculptor is
little bit of
currently
stuff to
working
catch
on
up on. We've got a little bit of stuff to catch up on. Like we're going to be showing the head soon. I'm coloring that figure right now. The one you just scrolled to, the silhouette. We'll probably show that off soon.
Oh my gosh.
We've got a couple things that we need to put in 2D images of the heads for the brawlers. I'll be showing off I need to upload the weapons for him. I'm particularly excited about that figure. I really want it to get unlocked.
Brutox.
But we'll be just filling stuff out. Yeah.
Did I have a
Yeah, I mean,
fever
it looks
dream?
cool.
I thought there was a rhino on the way.
This one.
There is. We just haven't shown everything off yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Spoilers.
No, I
The
think
rhino would
somewhere on Instagram. What?
Yeah, the
Jason
rhino would
sent
be
me
an unlock
image.
at 440,000. So it would be the unlock after the elephant because it's another new buck. So
Yeah.
the initial offering in the Kickstarter was $4. The reptiles, the brawlers, which is that sort of bigger frame, the females and the speedsters, which is the smaller frame. But instead of going the route, the safe, economical, smart route of releasing more figures with the bucks that you're doing, Jason was like, well, what if we just unlock more bucks as we go along with the unlocks? And I was like, it's your call, my man.
I like it. I like the way
exactly.
You're thinking. Why not?
Exactly. Why not? And I think the birds
We're
and the
flirting
elephant,
with World War III. Why don't we just live our best lives, right?
No, tomorrow. Come on. But all the unlocks that were revealed that are just drawings right now, they're ones that they're just wild.
I want this.
I didn't expect it based upon what we saw before. I thought it'd be like, one or two more figures, roughly the same scale, but those ones are wildly different.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah, really. So
he's one of my favorites. I love.
If you were suggesting a tier for someone, obviously it would be the super deluxe one. Brawler case. You would suggest this, but if there was a tier for someone that were to get in, what would you suggest? Because I kind of want a little bit of every single, like at least one from every single, like the assassins, the deluxe figures.
I would suggest, if you're just getting into the line and you're kind of just wanting to kind of dip your toe in and getting like a sampling, so to speak, there's a 5-pack of the single of the standard figure option. And then you can always go and just add on those brawlers. That way, if you're like, man, I like these 3 brawlers, but I don't want to like do like a different, higher pledge than this. Get the 5. There's this 5 standard right there, and then you can just add on the additional brawlers that you want. I think that's probably the best of both worlds, where you're getting a good amount of stuff, but if you're a little hesitant, you can do that.
That's what we do, Chris. We go in for the all-in.
Okay.
And we have to do a draft order on who gets who.
No, I don't. That'd be so stressful.
I know you hate when we do that stuff.
Live from each other. You can save on shipping. That'll be nice.
I live 40 minutes away.
Yeah. Because I'm going to go for the fox,
do that.
or I'm going to go for the chameleon.
I do want the fox.
There you go. Are we going to get 206 while we're on this podcast?
And the rabbit. And the Geico.
The chameleon. The chameleon's a funny one because like we went through all these and I mean I absolutely love all of these, and
Yeah.
there's truly like when we were mapping this out, and Jason just kept giving me sort of more cool figures, and we're not doing, you know, there's army builders, but they're unique figures. They're not like base figures. They're not just repaints. They're unique and new figures. I was like, there isn't a figure to skip. Like there isn't, you can't just like look at this and be like, I'll just take this one and I'll be happy. It's like they're so good. But the chameleon is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But I'm shocked how many people are drawn to the chameleon.
Oh yeah.
At least
Me
one.
too.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a
job
comic
moves,
relief
come on.
type thing, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just that it's a chameleon. People are just really, really into the species, I guess. I mean, it's
He's
a
the-
great.
It's a cool,
your
it's a
point,
cool
this
animal.
is-
It's a weird thing, you know?
Mm.
Is
This
he the
the
morph of
character-
Awok?
I was
Is
gonna
that what you're
say
saying?
that. It's the
Yeah,
morph of
yes,
Ewok. You know, morph this time, not last time. Last
Yeah,
time, you know, in the
yeah,
90s,
the new
no one
morph.
really liked it.
The
New
new
morph.
Yeah.
People love that.
Well, he does come with an alternate head that's a different species. So I mean, I guess in
Oh,
some
really?
way, it comes with a snake head.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So a snake
Oh.
with arms, which is
Yeah, that's what
one
I'm
more.
saying. Like you can army build these things and have all kind of fun with them.
Now the snake is the ultimate snake. He has arms.
Yes, arms. It's evolved.
He's
yeah.
also
Can
gonna
you
have
imagine?
he'll get a
cool.
spit. He's got like Dan did this acid spit for him. He's really cool.
Oh, really?
It's really cool.
Ooh.
I tried to I've got different kind of resin, and I didn't have green, so I just was like, oh, I'll hold off and show it later. We'll show it as like a render.
That's cool.
I mean, Adam, you're absolutely right. I'm like going through all these. I'm like, I want that one. I want that one. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I can't let up. Like I can't get all these, or can I?
Yeah, you can get the all in
Come
for
on.
$325, and that'll get you all the initial offering, or you can get the epic all in, and then you get one of everything that gets
Everything.
unlocked. So
Look at you guys. Look at you, marketing geniuses.
You guys are ready for this week's shows.
You really know how
You
to
know-
feed on my addictions.
you don't want to miss the elephant. I'm just
Listen,
saying.
you work way.
Oh, no one's missing
You're working
that.
way too hard not to
No,
enjoy
no.
yourself. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
I do have to say that back,
Mythic
back-
Dolphin. So, I'm sorry. go
back
ahead.
your first one, it was in rightfully so. Like I loved how successful you guys got in from the start. It's really just awesome, Jason, to see it just grow to the fame that it is right now, because of how hard you work, but also the thought that you put into each figure, not even like your whole line, like each figure, like what weapons go with it, how they're going to hold it, the design in itself. I don't know how you do it, but it's really impressive. And it's just, you always want to, like, I don't want to say that you're the Rudy of the toy world, because you're not, but it's really good to see.
I feel like
someone-
we are though, right?
Do you really think so though? Because
Yeah.
you're really successful.
You know,
There's a naive,
Well,
there's just a naive
uh,
nature to what he does too. I'll tell you that. That's
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean,
You're just on your way
you
from
know,
being, you know, that
I'll-
hero
I'll
to
say-
villain. Live long enough.
well, I'll say this, you know, like Adam and Derek and Brick and Kato and, you know, several others kind of buffer me from like they have this like protective bubble that allows me to be like whimsical and eccentric and think of all these ideas. And you know, we've got a fantastic two artist. Utoma draws like, he just is so good. And Dan and Arlen and James are just amazing sculptors, and they understand my design language, which is it can't be, you know, it can't be said enough, like how much of an asset that is, where like sometimes I'll make certain suggestions and they'll like take it across the finish line in a way that I'm like, man, you really improved on my like general idea. So it's very much a team effort. And I try to do the balancing act of, you know, doing the creating and also what would I want as a customer. So it makes me feel good to know that like people are starting to be receptive. And I always felt that, we were making good product and that our real challenge was to get the brand awareness out there. And particularly like the last couple of shows that we did, seeing the people's reaction when they see them in person. It's this applies to all kind of stuff in life. You wouldn't just buy like a car just seeing it in a cool picture or commercial. You want to go and like see it in person. How does it feel? Does it, is it a good product? And it's really cool to see people when they see it in person. It's like you see that like this little thing click in their head where they're like, oh, whoa, this is cool. And it's like they give themselves permission to like something new, which can be a little nerve-wracking and scary at first, but yeah,
I think that was a big difference, like talking with you at the beginning of the first Kickstarter to seeing your team, like everyone who works at Spero at Legions Con, and feeling
awesome.
feeling the energy from your team. Everyone is so positive. Adam, you were so positive. Like I forget who I was talking to, but like everyone I talked to,
Eddie.
I think it was Eddie. Just everyone who I talked to were so passionate about
Eddie,
it.
I forgot Eddie and William and
so
Drew.
Positive. Like it was just really fun to hang out at your booth. Really.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Thank you. I think we are. It's kind of hard to fake that. And I'll say that, with all the kind of like turmoil that there is in the world and just everyday life, it can be really easy to kind of be, negative and fuss and complain and be down, and I feel like one of our signatures is kind of like infusing joy and having fun and allowing yourself, to enjoy what you've worked so hard on, like I do kind of joke about, I make the pitch where you're like, you work so hard, why not, treat yourself? And it's true. It's like, we're kind of slaving away. We've got all the boring stuff that we've got to buy, like, food and toilet paper and the necessities and stuff. And it's like, you owe it to yourself to kind of get a toy or whatever it is that you're into, get a cup of coffee or whatever it is that's going to kind of like, reward yourself for like having your nose to the grindstone. And, we're excited and honored to be a part of that.
Everyone that's involved too is like firmly in the camp of toys are fun, and that it's, if you're not having fun, you're doing toys wrong. Like that's, there shouldn't be anger and resentment and frustration. And so, the line is fun and we try to, keep it light and do cool stuff. And, Jason is coming up with new stuff and new characters. And what if we did this? And so it really is fun. And that's hopefully, and I believe it is, kind of translating to the toys. So we're just happy that everybody that sort of gets the chance to play with them is sort of finding that out for themselves too.
Yeah, and I think it's a good mixture of what you're saying is you work hard and you play hard, because you guys have put you see it.
Exactly.
You put so much energy and love into this product, and when it gets released, it's some of the best stuff. Like you feel it. Like
thank you so
when
much.
I got my first AWA, when I first got Pale, when I first got my first Atreyu, like I'm like, oh my god, these things are awesome. Like they're just so much fun.
They feel so good. Yeah.
They really do. Like,
I remember.
So fun.
But how good do they pose too, right? Like,
yeah,
I got that right there.
Great.
Like,
yeah,
the articulation it's not like the weird thing is our sculptors have done such an amazing job. Our Jason sculptors. I just answer the emails. The sculptors have done such a good job of sort of designing the sculpts so that you get the right range of motion.
Yeah.
Where sometimes you'll see the exact same articulation in a figure and it just doesn't move right.
Mm-hmm.
But these things move so well that I mean, I've yet to think of a pose and try to get the figure into a pose and be like, well, no, I guess it doesn't quite work like that. Yeah, I mean, other than some import stuff, I don't think there's anything domestically that is, able to be posed quite as well as the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom stuff.
Yeah, because of their scale too. Like,
Mhm.
they're a little bit bigger. They're bigger than Legends, and so you're like, oh, this is probably going to articulate not as great like
Right.
a McFarlane or something. And you're like, whoa, this is so good.
Yeah.
Right. They're about the
Pablo
size of this guy. Man, I've been waiting for this
Oh.
dang figure to come out.
Yes.
Oh my god, I love this character so good.
I saw that on a table. I didn't want the 2-pack.
I only own
saw
one
that on a
Marvel
table at
Legends
Toylanta, and I meant to go back for it, and I totally forgot. And when I was packing my luggage on Sunday night, I was like, "Oh, I should have gotten that Sabretooth." I have the other one. Well, he's right there.
He'll come back.
But-
for it.
Man,
He'll come back. For it.
so
They'll
good.
make another one. I'm sure.
No,
they'll
no,
do, like, a
you'll
single.
see it available.
I'm sure they'll do
yeah.
a single of it though. It's
Oh well. Well, you
Yeah,
should still
what
pay
I'm thinking is like
Hasbro.
they'll release it with
Casual
like just
Wolverine
one
is
of the
best.
heads.
yeah.
Yeah. Pablo
Yeah, it
asks,
is Hasbro. You will get another release of Sabretooth.
Pablo asks, will you guys be at Comic Palooza in
Yeah.
Houston?
We will be at Comic Palooza. I don't know if I'm going to be okay with staying all 4 days. We'll see. That's kind of a long stretch.
It's a 4-day con.
We might just kind of like
not
disappear
going.
Monday. What's that? 4-day con
I'm not
seems
gonna
really
be-
long.
That's too long.
We'll see what happens.
Mythic Dolphin.
It's a bit much. I think
Yeah.
they have. Oh, let's see here.
that is a lot of traveling. so I get it.
That's kind of a Dan question. I don't think so. The way we're designing them is they're going to be very similar to the Marvel Legends comic accurate Falcon. So
Okay.
I don't think they will be, but I could be totally wrong. I mean, it's customizers do all kind of amazing stuff, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they use the Mythic Legion stuff uses that.
Yeah,
back
I definitely
adapter.
back the Biblical
I don't know.
Adventures. Yeah, ours aren't doing that. Yeah, they won't do that.
Any thoughts on large female bucks?
If we have a character, I would be all about it. If we've got a character that's in the comic book, maybe. I just don't know how well that would sell. It's kind of a tough sell. It's kind of like the lady from Jabba's palace. If we're like Star Wars popular, I feel like we might be able to do that type of thing, or maybe do it as like an exclusive or something to that effect, where we're not doing like a huge production run over it.
And I will add this because people ask about different species and things like that. And one of the things that I absolutely love about Jason's vision is that characters effectively become sort of in play for becoming a figure once they've been in the comic book. So we're not just trying to put out action figures for the sake of action figures, and we're not going to do a comic book because we've come up with a new figure.
Yeah.
It's
It's
comic book first, and then if you've seen it in the comic book, it's fair game. So somebody asked about like there's a crocodile in one of the background shots. It's like issue 2.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're like, can I get the crocodile from issue 2?
Right.
And it's like, well, it's in play. I mean, there's no reason that we would say no to that. But
yeah, it's in play, baby.
So really, you just have to keep bothering Jason enough to create a character that's in the comic book that sort of fits that.
Jason, how much are you trying to fight the urge to create turtle characters to be like, well, you got 4 brothers that are turtle-ish characters.
Right. So that that factored in with Atreyu and then Kanji. I feel like I spent a week on both of them just trying to purge as much similarities as we possibly could. I mean, they're the same species, obviously. You're going to get the Lion-O references or whatever, or the what's the rabbit from Ninja Turtles? I'm drawing a blank. Usagi something, right? Yeah. Usagi, yeah. So you're going to get those references no matter what. But I feel like we did a good job of distancing ourselves from those characters, and both of their characters or their personalities are so different from those other two characters that I mentioned that I feel like whenever you read the comics, you're like, oh, this is very much not an homage to those characters. They just happen to be the same species.
And there's only, I mean, there's species that make sense, and there's species that make less sense. And I mean, you got to think too, like the process also includes like which buck would it fit on, you know, how would that work? So you know, people ask about
Right,
whether it's a buffalo or a bear or you know, a rodent. It's sort of like, well, you know, the buck has to be there.
Right.
It's not. I mean, we would again. Jason and I have spoken about lots of species that would be really, really cool to have in the line. But again, it's just a matter. It's a matter of, you know, 10 years from now when we're having a very similar conversation, we'll be like, can you believe that? You know,
we've got like
we took so long to do, you know, whatever species, but
right. Well, we're finally going to release this character that was in season 2 of the cartoon, you know?
Yeah.
And we're on season 4 of the cartoon.
And then people are chiming in for the live action versions that the movie hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, exactly. Give us an MCU version
I want to do
of these cartoony figures.
That's one thing is like I don't ever see them, you know, being live action. I always want it to be like a cartoon format. You know, but if someone options it, you know, who am I to say, hey, you can't do that? You know what I mean?
Cal asks
show me the money.
Cal asks a loaded question. Which two would you guys recommend to pick up first?
I saw that comment and I've been thinking about it, but I'll let Jason go first.
Is he talking about the Kickstarter, or is he talking about like what we have in stock? See if they can clarify.
Why don't we do both?
If they're talking about the Kickstarter, yeah. So I mean, I think picking up Pale and Treyu is a fun, like kind of a fun pick. It's 2 different body types. Pale's the main character. I would say Kali, but I think we all kind of know like the heroes are usually a little bit more popular than the villains. So that's what I'd say, like in stock stuff. And then for the Kickstarter, my 2 picks would probably be Boone, and I'm gonna say Boone and Gresh are like what I would think is like just like 2 different really fun body types. You'll be able to use all of Gresh's armor on Pale and Atreyu too. So
that's the fox and the chameleon for anybody that doesn't know the names because they haven't spent months and months with these characters.
So there we go. There's the fox right there. He's got all kind of fun goodies and stuff, and then the chameleon's towards the top.
Yep,
I think it's the first one.
There he is. Look at him. Kermit the Frog here, looking like a chameleon, but I am actually Kermit the Frog in chameleon disguise for Halloween. Don't tell Disney.
The alternate head should have been a frog.
Yes.
Oh man, dang it! Oh well.
There's still
and that little whip that he's got. That whip.
Still time. Yeah, we could get.
It's not too late.
Figure something out.
Yeah.
My recommendation, if you're getting something that's in stock, I would say Pale and Kali, because then you get the 2 mains, right? You get the main good guy, the main bad guy. And then in the Kickstarter, I would say if you lean more fantasy, I would say that Hannibal and one of the lizards would probably be the way to go.
Yeah, there you go.
And if you lean a little more sci-fi, I'd say Boone and Grimes, the Fox and the Hound, because I think they're partners.
Right.
You know, within the lore, they're the Han Solo and Chewbacca of the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom world. So and they just fit so well together. At the show, I kept sort of putting them next to each other because they're just they're a great
they just pair so well, right?
Grimes and who?
Grimes the dog, and then Boone the fox.
Oh, Boone. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they seem like buddies. They do.
Yeah. I am.
So Grimes has that logo on his chest, the pirate sigil, and then Boone on his jacket has that sigil, like a nice big sigil on the back too.
Pale's great. I would say if you were to have two, it would be Tiberius and Atreyu.
Those are great too. There's
These
no
are-
bad ones.
Yeah, they're no bad ones. I mean,
I would
honestly, I love these though.
my favorite one from the first series is Blight though.
Light is
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that's
It's
a
a colorway,
it's
but
so
I
funny.
love it.
Huh?
not this head, but
It's so funny you say that because we were almost kind of joking about, we did that almost as kind of like an inside joke with the Snake Eyes, the original run for the G.I. Joe line, where like they were like, we got this extra figure, we don't have enough to do the paint deco, so let's just do them all black.
Mhm.
And we were like, let's do like a negative version of Pale, and then it wound up being so popular. We worked it into the comic book, so we were just kind of like, okay, Cat, come on, what are you doing?
I mean,
And
I think you've done this, but Travis asks any plans to expand the AWOC comic universe anytime soon.
So the first story arc is essentially setting up Pale's team. We're introducing all the characters, and then the second story arc is going to really expand and kind of show show how big everything actually is.
Brick Something and I have really we want to see one shots. Like we want to see the world
I want to do a
expand,
Grimes
like
and Boone one shot.
backstories for some of these characters, some of the background characters, some of the sort of less
Right.
less obvious characters, like a gladiator arena one shot.
Yeah.
That sort of looks more at the well, I won't get into too much detail, but like there's a lot of little spots that get visited in the comic book that we would love to see, filled in with one shots. So.
Yeah, I think a one shot of Boone and Grimes would be really fun. Like kind of like before the events of issue 1 of issue 1, and then no one is going to want to read this, but I kind of want to do a one shot of Larange throwing a dinner party before like the events of issue 1, and then just him being like kind
if
of
the
stressed
X-Men
out
can do
about
the
throwing
gala,
this, right? It's just funny,
I like dinner parties. Come on,
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself. You have a Blake thing again,
right?
Oh man,
I think my favorite off the Kickstarter wave. I think it's 3. It's Boone, it's Grish, but King Hannibal. That
King Hannibal.
He's awesome, right?
I mean,
I
impressive.
feel like because we've seen him a lot, like he's not the new girl on the block, so to
Sure.
speak. But he's so cool, man.
He is. Oh gosh. All right, King Hannibal. Okay, if by the end of the stream I'll have
the
something.
list is just expanding
yeah,
every time.
it's King Hannibal.
Okay, and that one.
King Hannibal, Gresh, Boone, Grimes. Those are like the 4 that are really speaking to me right now. Plus the Red Cardinal guy, if that gets
I love his accessory. I was talking to you, Tom, about the accessories and stuff, and I was like looking through stuff, and I was like, it's a bard. It's a funny kind of comic relief character, but I was like, I was thinking about the bard from A Knight's Tale, and then the bard from The Witcher, and I was, so that's kind of what I was picturing, and then I was thinking, it'd be kind of good if he's decent in a fight, so how can we incorporate that? And then I thought, he's got his little guitar. It'd be really cool if that was converted into a bow, so now we get to figure out how to make that work. We've been bouncing ideas around us, like as far as like the engineering goes, and right, I know. Well, I mean, I they were kind of like Dan was like wanting to like get it pretty complex, I think, but I was like, oh, what about doing this? And so we'll see what happens. It'll be cool regardless, but we'll see who wins the design debate.
Mythic is saying go all in. It's the easiest way to go. Everyone.
It is really.
I mean, you're gonna the thing about the all-in is like you obviously going to get all the characters you want, and then if you have some leftovers, you sell those online, make a little bit of a profit, get what you want, or you can trade them with friends and stuff. So it's a cool way to make sure you can army build if you want. There's a bunch of different options that are built into that epic the all-in and the epic all-in.
Chris, we draft.
How much does the
All in
Kickstarter need to reach an animated series? They know.
You know what? We're mission drift is a very real thing, and I find that a lot of Kickstarter creators kind of start taking their eyes off the ball whenever their Kickstarter's done. So our job right now is to finish on the Kickstarter. Adam's going to set up the backer kit really nice and sweet and sexy. We gotta get everything set up with Fulfill Right for shipping our domestic and international stuff, and then the production starts. So that's kind of our focus right now. We would love to do a cartoon and be we're going to be very excited about making announcements or whenever that happens. But right now it's the focus is making the action figures top notch and avoiding that sophomore slump. So that's kind of our deal right now.
I just love hearing you talk about the process, talking about your vision, because it's really impressive. Because for me, I'd be like, oh, let's do this, what is this? But you're super focused to give some of the best products that you're advertising for your Kickstarter, and you delivered on the first one, so we know it's going to happen for this one too. So
right, yeah.
Again, I think it's it takes a special mind to think the way you do that you guys do. So it's really impressive to kind of see how you're thinking about all this.
There's a few aspects of the.
Yeah, go ahead, Adam. Well, I was going to say I'm obviously very eccentric, but I will say that I do have a very strong will and a very distinct vision. And I see these things as if they're already happened. So now we just kind of have to follow the game plan and stick to it. And, in my mind, it's already happened. It's just a matter of execution now.
Well, speaking of execution, I know One Six Shooter mentioned a leopard with laser powers.
I replied. I trademarked it already. We already trademarked it. I called it. Yeah, look, there it is.
I love it, but I don't know if there's something that you two don't know. A line that I've been.
No, I know about it.
I don't know about it. I'm in my own little bubble.
I watched the show. I know what's about to happen.
So we've yet to have someone react that way.
I just noticed nobody that you.
No, you're the first. You're the very first to ever say that.
You guys had them all at Legion's Con too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my God, that's right.
We had them all in the lobby.
How are people surprised when we do this?
Oh my gosh,
I don't know.
That's so funny.
So we don't watch. Shame on them.
Well, this is for Jason then, because I want him to impress with me. So when I was 9 years old, Jason, I had my own character that I made, and his name was Laser Man. And basically, he's pretty much kind of like Iron Man. So
cool.
Basically, like a year ago, I decided to make my own custom, and I will. If you need, a new sculptor or a painter, like I'm happy to, join the team. But here we go. Here's Laser Man right here for you. His origin is that he grew up on a farm. He's the son of a wealthy CEO, dairy conglomerate. And one day, a meteor hits the farm and transforms many of the people on the farm and the animals into Laser Man, into his villains, all that. I've already written a script. I've taken something out of you. I've written the lore. I'm all behind it. So I've made some villains too. This one is his best friend Cow, who turned into what we call the Mooterin,
Nice.
the divine
That's awesome.
bovine. There's another one down here. He's kind of like the main first villain. His name is Shitstorm, right here.
Fecal matter. We
Fecal
Oh my
matter.
God.
Fecal matter. Sorry, fecal matter.
That's amazing.
We have Reflection.
That's
here.
awesome.
Fully
like that.
geared,
And
of course.
And I know you're a He-Man fan, but have you heard
Love
of
He-Man.
Have you heard of Hey-Man?
Hey man, that's hilarious. That's awesome.
So, this could be your third AWOC Kickstarter. Just saying.
It's a done deal, man. I love it.
Hey, Spero Studios isn't just Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I mean, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
we've got
there's
the
room in
Bushido
the
line.
room in the catalog for another line.
That's right. You have the other. Yeah, that's right. You have the other line.
And for
We're
those
gonna be
keeping up,
doing that's
his
Dan's
elevator
baby.
pitch was not
Hey, that
bad.
was a good.
That's pretty good.
Hey,
That's pretty good.
A minute 49 is a good elevator pitch.
All right. Hey, you heard it here, guys.
Stay tuned. 2025. Laser Man.
Oh yeah.
Laser Man.
Yeah. Giggity.
It's a Spero collaboration.
Pending
go.
licensing clearing.
Strong clearing.
Adam, you
Maybe
did
a bit of a hiccup with the Iron Man likeness, but
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Adam, you did make my day by just saying, "Oh yeah, I know what's coming."
Yeah. Oh, I knew. I knew.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for letting me just humoring me at least. But
I love it.
But that's in terms of that, Jason. Like it was, I think it was like not necessarily. It was a few months after we first talked to him. Like, man, Jason's got it. He has to build the lore in order to build the characters, and so I built the lore, pitched the characters, and I have to say the chat, this a wonderful ToyPic community, they help me every single day by throwing out another Laserman villain name. I put it in my phone. I have this whole like note section with all these Laserman figures. I did put Laser Leopard in there. I did put Laser Leopard. He could be the battle cap.
I think we'd probably be willing to license that out though.
He could be a mount. I'm just saying.
Right?
Oh.
I already know which book I'm gonna use. But Endless Fable says you can epic all in. You need something to fill up the cat lair. That's true.
That's true. That's true.
Can't wait for the Bushido line. Is that something that you can talk about or like talk about?
So I'll say this: we're gonna kind of really start leaning into it towards the end of 2024. The idea is to offer 2 figures per wave. One samurai type warrior and then one Oni type warrior. Or is an Oni a warrior? An Oni and then like a samurai warrior. So just a slight segue. If you haven't watched Blue-Eyed Samurai yet, I highly, highly recommend it. It's freaking amazing. We watched Onimushu right before it, which was fantastic on its own. I'm so glad we watched it first because nothing prepared us for how freaking awesome that Blue-Eyed Samurai was. Holy cow, it's good. But it's just funny because like we had that stuff at Toy Fair. I mean, at Legion's Con, and we've been working on it for a couple of months, and we were just like, well, this is kind of weird synchronicity. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
And I would say, I'll say this: after seeing those bucks, it is a departure from the AWOC line, and man, they look fantastic.
They really do.
Yeah, thank you so much. My only regret about it was that I did them in black, and I didn't realize like the lighting situation. So the next time people see it, there'll be colored versions that are really well lit. And the 2 that we showed off, the Bounty Hunter doesn't, if I remember correctly, Dan could correct me, he doesn't have much of an alternate head, but the other one has like the helmeted head that you can like put the mask on and remove, and then like obviously like just the full on like samurai hair bun and everything. So I our signature is like fun stuff. It's going to have great articulation, really well plastic, but we're going to be doing different stuff. AWOC, Bushido, we're going to, we want to have a bunch of different signature lines, but the thing that we want to all have in common is that really great articulation and quality. What's that?
You forgot Laser Man.
And Laser Man, yeah, exactly. So
Laser Man. This one,
look at that. That's mint on card.
Wade Crate made this one.
One of one.
That's pretty awesome. Look at that.
Isn't that awesome? He just made
That's
that.
really awesome. Was that a Christmas present?
No, it was just a present from Wade Crate.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
That's what I love about like our listeners and just fans.
Super
awesome.
cool. Super duper duper cool.
But hey, I mean, I think this shows your attention to detail. Those Bushido figures, I thought, I saw them and I was like, this is awesome. So like, in terms of lighting and everything like that, they look great.
Yeah, I'll be doing the paint masters for them, but Dan, man, he just knocked it out the park. And I know he's been wanting to do like a samurai line for quite a while. So we've got other stuff that we're working on, but it's like our first foray into other stuff that's not Animal Warriors. So
yeah,
dude, I would love to license Blue-Eyed Samurai. That would be great. I know we would do a great job. Whenever we do a bear, we'll probably do several different bear types. So I would, whenever you hear rumblings of a bear, you could probably bank on there being a panda.
We have an idea which bucket would go on to. So
yeah, exactly. But I probably won't do like the Kung Fu Panda thing where he's got like the rice hat and stuff like that. I'll probably wind up doing something that'll make people go, huh, I thought he was going to look this way. Now he's looking this way. So
the same
things
we
like
bears, Len.
Yeah, we bears. A 3-pack.
You know what? I've only seen trailers for that on Cartoon Network, but I've never actually watched it. I was like,
you'd like it. You like it.
It's funny.
Yeah, I'll have to watch. Yeah.
I'm pushing for Disney's Robin Hood, We Bears, Bluey, like all the.
Oh, I want Bluey.
Our kids love Bluey, so man, the toys that they have now are so cute. Like, I got my little girl a Bluey plushie on our trip. We had to. We didn't find any kid stuff.
I picked up a whole bunch of Bluey stuff.
Yeah, we went shopping at Target. We went shopping at the Target nearby and got our kids some fun stuff. So, got to get the kiddos presents whenever you go out of town, right?
Absolutely.
Well, here's a suggestion: a Mad Max themed Panda Warrior by Pablo.
Oh, that'll be good.
It's so funny because we talked about the way our minds work and stuff, and I very, very visual. Like, we'll start talking about something, and while we were talking about the panda, I was designing it in my head while we were talking about it. And I know like Adam and we were having a conversation about something over breakfast, and like I was designing it in my head, and I was like, don't let me forget about this, because I didn't really I didn't tell you what I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, remind me about this later so I don't actually forget about it. Because I'll just need the cue and then it'll come back. I'm like, oh yeah. The only thing that I don't tend to just store away and not worry about is like jokes. So like whenever we're writing the comic book, we've got like an outline, and I'll do I do an outline script, and then I'll just put in the jokes that are in there, because sometimes it's so hard to kind of get back to the setup and the punchline type stuff, and some of it's visual, some of it's in text. But besides that, I usually will be able to recall visual stuff.
You're fascinating, man, Jason.
I'm finding out how weird I am from interacting with other humans.
Not even weird. It's just like, my gosh, there's so much going on, and
I don't know how you
harness this.
I actually do get anxiety if I'm not creating. So even if it's something very simple, I told someone the other day, the way I play with my toys is I kind of slightly customize them. You'll never be able to see it on this image because it's blurry, but he's got slight slight weathering on him.
Okay.
So like even if I'm doing something very simple, it's still kind of creating, you know.
He got his tank and
it's-
instantly put dirt all over it, and
I
people
did,
like people's
yeah.
reactions were like, "What have you done?" It's like that's gonna be worth
That's
so much
mine.
money. Like,
This
it's a
is not an
toy. Play
investment.
with
This
it.
is my thing. That looks great. That's soft good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
soft
mean, I was
goods
like,
are
this
fun.
is my toy.
It's
I'm
fun.
weathering it. Exactly. So yeah, and someone else at the show was mentioning you know, the way we collect now, and this is kind of, you know, applies to the Kickstarter. You're gonna get a whole bunch of toys at the same time. And we were discussing, you know, the way we order toys now is, you know, we'll get 5 or 6 figures at the same time, and sometimes we might not open those 5 or 6 figures, and then we get 5 or 6 more, and then all of a sudden it's like it's almost overwhelming task to open all these toys. And I told a fellow collector, I said, I don't open my toys like that. What I do is, you know, if I get a bunch of toys, I open one a day and like really enjoy the figure. I don't want to have that like Christmas morning syndrome where you're like exhausted opening toys, just like, ugh. So that's how I recommend people enjoy their Airwalk toys. If you're going to get like 5 or 6, open one a day and like really enjoy that character, and you know, do that with your other toys as well. And I find that it's a much more enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I agree with that. I did something similar with the Mezco turtles.
Exactly. And I mean,
Yeah.
the Mezco stuff is so high end. Like you want to really kind of take it in like a fine wine. Cool. Whoa, we're at 206. Sweet. We're halfway to 207. That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's gone up a little bit tonight. It's great to see.
Yeah, sweet. On that note, I should go to bed before it goes too crazy, right?
Pledge.
Yeah, I'll be adding tonight.
Oh, thank you so much.
One figure
You do
at
what
a
you
time
feel
until he's done
comfortable
them
with.
all in.
I can't wait
it's
to
just
do
a-
the draft episodes.
Oh, gosh.
I'll be watching.
Nice. Thank
All
you very
in, man.
much. Yeah, we still have 20 days to go. Everything's going on track. It's pretty much going the way we had planned it. We always knew that the Kickstarter is going to be a marathon. The little middle section kind of slows down a little bit. Everyone kind of catches their breath. It gives us a little time to fill out the stuff that we've already unlocked, you know, as far as like 2D and sculpted stuff. And then that last 48 hours, everyone's going to kind of rally, and we'll go ahead and unlock that elephant that everyone wants. And maybe, you know, we might venture into other territory. We'll show along the way. But you don't get charged until the Kickstarter ends on the 17th, which I think I'm the only American here, but that's 2 days after our tax returns come in.
I'm the only non-American.
Wait, I thought y'all were Canadian too.
No,
Where are y'all at?
Massachusetts.
We're in
Oh,
we're in Boston.
I hate to tell y'all, but that's practically Canada. I saw this funny thing. Like one of the things on Instagram that I like to look at is just like random maps, and like they're not necessarily like factual stuff. It's just like silly stuff. And one of it was a map of Michigan, and like, you know, the part that's separate from like the main part. Like it was like, this is really just Canada. I just thought it was funny. Anyway.
Oh man.
We'll be adding more stuff very soon. So
And you
cool deal.
and
Thank
you
you all
are-
so much for having me.
You're here. There, 206. All right.
One last
Yeah,
question.
no, Jason, you're awesme.
I know
Thank y'all so
PowerCon
much.
is not happening this year. One last question. Is there going to
Sure.
be a Motu inspired exclusive this year? Like
Realistically, probably not. We actually had a Thundercats thing that we were planning on doing for PowerCon if PowerCon happened this year. Adam, did I ever show you that?
Probably, but I don't know if you mentioned that it was.
Yeah.
you probably-
Please say
I
it's
feel like I should-
Lino inspired. Please say.
I kind of want to show it, but then I don't want to. I want to show it, but then I don't want this like demand to be there for something that we might not produce. You know. What
I
do you
think we
think?
do
I
want the
should-
demand to be there. Isn't that the whole point?
You want me to grab it real quick? Hold on.
If you
Hold on.
want-
I don't think we've
Yeah.
ever showed this. I'll
This is
show
what
this and
usually
then I'll tell
happens with
everyone good
Jason.
night.
It's usually like I sent this picture to you and I told you not to show anybody, and then he's like, but I'm gonna show it to everybody. So
Should I do it? I don't know.
Do it.
Please?
I'll do it. I'll do it. Hold on. Let me go grab it real quick.
Oh man.
I mean, there's
That-
Legion's Con coming. That could be
it's so much
night
it's so
exclusive.
much fun chatting with Jason every day because every conversation is like this, where it's he's like, did I show you this? Can I show you this? I'm sending you a picture. What if we do this? And it's like it's just so much fun all the time. And like I said, it
What's
kind of
cool-
just never ends. It's just constant. Just
So
fun
what's fun
all the
about
time.
this is like a production version of this toy. I mean, it's not, we didn't do a full production run, but we did a mock-up of this. So, I mean, how fun is
my
that,
gosh,
right?
yes.
I mean, come on. That would be like a
Yes.
great exclusive.
Yep.
That's really cool.
So,
Yep. I want it. Yep.
yeah, so I just have that kind of sitting on my shelf.
Is that a Treyu buck? Is that a Treyu
Yeah,
buck?
well, it's actually the Lexion buck with the what's it called, the Tiberius
Tiberius
head.
head.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so don't show this to anyone, okay? This is just between us.
It
Don't
works
tell-
out because it's kind of blurry, so you can't. It's
Yeah,
so it's good.
exactly.
It's
And
good. It's
don't tell
perfect.
Adam that I showed y'all, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, guys. I'm gonna.
Jason, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate
Oh,
it.
thanks for having me. I had a great time, and I look
And Adam,
forward
if
to
you-
coming on again.
Adam, if you need to go too, that's fine. But if you
No,
want
I'm
to hang
on
out,
the West Coast. It's still
Yeah.
early.
I'll
if you
keep
want to hang
talking.
out, that's cool.
Awesome.
Adam, let's talk the crowd into getting up to 207, okay?
We're pretty close. I mean, that's
I'm
It's
sure
close, right?
after
It's
my
halfway
order,
there.
we'll get there.
it's so
There
close.
you go. All right. Y'all have a great night. Thank y'all so much.
Jason, you're an inspiration. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Take it
thank
easy.
you. That
Jason.
really means a lot. Thank you.
Come back
very much.
anytime you'd like.
Yeah, please.
Will do. Good night.
He already did Mega J before, which is why he was late. So
Yeah,
I saw that. I was
we
like,
saw
ooh.
that.
we're on this like whirlwind kind of press tour. Where we started off slow, and now all of a sudden it's like every day there's like 1 or 2 videos that we have to do. So we're Brick Something and Jason and myself are all kind of trying to get on to spread the good word.
Yeah, I
But,
didn't realize Brick Something was involved.
Yeah. So Brick and I do 2 shows about AWOC on our channels. So he does one called AWOC Talk, which is like lore based and it's pre-recorded. And it's just super, super fun. Just because we felt like no one was talking about the comic books, and both of us love the comic books. I've said this before, but I backed for like 2 or 3 figures, just rule of cool, like, oh, those are the 3 that I really like.
I did the same.
Design wise.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I read issue 1, I was literally all in on like all the figures in the Kickstarter, and that was the beginning of the end for me, because it's just been like nonstop AWOC since then. But yeah, so we do a lore video on Brooks' channel, and then on my channel we do one called Monkey Business, where we just do like this, like just live chat, but with AWOC as sort of the sort of premise that we build around. So we talk about the comics, we talk about the figures, we talk about customs, we talk about, and it's just been so much fun. And then that's just sort of how Brick and I kind of connected with Jason. And
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
And I've been
I'm
doing
gonna
a lot of
check
that.
out because I know nothing about the lore myself.
Yeah.
I really have to read the comics. In fact, I think I purchased the comics. I just haven't read them.
I haven't read them.
Yeah.
It's funny because we still get like, there's kind of like an inside joke among us that like there's in almost every video that Jason's on, somebody's sort of like, I don't know there was a comic, or like, and it's so it's funny because when the Kickstarter had Boone and Grimes, and they have, guns and no blades and pants, and they look kind of modern, people were like, what's going on here? They didn't know that it's more of a sci-fi comic than it is a fantasy comic book.
Oh yeah.
And so it kind of threw people
I had
for a
no
loop.
idea until this Kickstarter that was an element.
But that's just, it has that sort of Masters of the Universe thing where there's like swords, but also lasers and flying machines, and there's science and technology, but there's magic as well, and it's so much fun.
Back off on the lasers, Adam.
Man, I'm saying the lasers. I'm leaning into the lasers. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man, I honestly I keep as we're talking, I keep looking at the Kickstarter. I'm like, which one do I choose? Which one do I choose? Because I really want 4 figures definitely, and then, but then I'm like, then I got to add on the other ones if they
potentially a
unlock.
5th one. Might as well just get the 5-pack.
But the 5-pack only covers. It doesn't cover any of the
unlocks,
the scale, what are the deluxe figures?
Yeah, so if you get the 5-pack, the bodies that would be sort of available in that standard figure 5-pack would be the reptiles, the females, the lizards, and potentially the birds if they unlock.
So what's the ultimate combo where if you want 2 deluxe and a few of the, it doesn't have to be 2, but a few of the standard?
So that was honestly the hard part of all of this, is that we wanted to make enough sort of bundles that it was easy, but everybody wants something different. Everybody wants a different number, and everybody wants, so you can back for a single figure and then add on. So anything is available for add on. And you can also just back for one figure now, and then in the backer kit add on after. With the backer kit, we're going to have kind of 2 periods for the backer kit. What we'll do for a shorter period after the Kickstarter ends, it'll be open to Kickstarter backers only, who will be able to add things at the Kickstarter price, and then we will open it up sort of as a pre-order window effectively, and then it'll be at retail price. But it was a struggle because there's so much stuff. It was a struggle to sort of find a balance where it made sense for us and it made sense for everybody else. So initially we didn't even offer a single figure as a reward tier, largely because the sort of processing and the effort required for one figure, and there wasn't much discount that we could work into that. So we kind of were like, if you only want one figure, you may be better off to just wait and get it at retail. But there was enough demand where people were like, well, I just want, the chameleon, or I just want, whatever figure, that we did open that up. But really the correct answer is the epic all in and a draft. And then
it's true. It's true. I mean, there's one vote. Choose them all.
Yeah, exactly. Just choose them all, and then that way you don't even have to think about it, right? It's just that's the most painless decision, is that you just get the epic all in, and then as the products get released, we'll ship them to you, and they'll just arrive at your door, and you will take all the stress out of it, all the anxiety out of it, and away you go.
Wesley K has a question. Where can we pick up the book? They are all sold out on the Spero site.
Yeah, so initially the comic book was available on the site, both in physical form and just like a digital download PDF form. That was when Jason was basically printing it himself, not himself, but having it printed.
Could you imagine he's with the press being like,
yeah, it's just like he doesn't have enough stuff going on. He's just rolling paper. It was like, he had to wind it too. No, initially the physical and the digital copies were available, but Diamond, who picked up the line, Diamond, if anybody doesn't know, is available through any local comic book shop. It's a comic distributor that also does, toys and cards and whatever you find at a comic book shop, basically. They picked up the toys, and we're sort of doing some distribution for the toys, and they basically asked how we wanted to proceed with the comic book. And initially the thought was, okay, well, let's get an established publisher to put the comic books out. But over the course of sort of looking at different publishers and things like that, what Jason quickly realized is all the work was already done. So he, like, what would they bring to the table? And the answer was not much, because Diamond's already behind it. Diamond's putting it in, Previews magazine. If you were at San Diego Comic-Con, in 2023, like they had AWOC banners around the Diamond booth.
Really?
Like so they're sort of leaning into it pretty heavy. Because I mean, as you guys know, once you get them in hand, like once you sort of get into this, like it's really fun.
It is.
It is really fun hand candy. I keep showing off the same pose, but I
Yeah.
just keep slightly tweaking them.
So to answer that question, the comic books will be available through the your local comic book shop. Issue 1 is kind of sold out, but we might do a reprint if there's enough demand for it. But issue 2 and sort of going forward, it will be a monthly comic book. So you just got to order it through your local comic book shop. If you don't have a local comic book shop, we will probably release small amounts on the website, and we may go back to the digital as well. But we're just sort of letting the physical kind of take a little bit, or sort of like giving that a little bit of time, because you could have gotten the digital for months.
Yeah, I
but
got
we
the
kind of cut it
digitals.
off just to sort
Yeah.
of push it to physical for a minute. We probably, don't quote me on that, but we probably will go back to digital at some point. And a trade paperback. The 5th issue will wrap up the first story arc, and then we will probably very likely do a trade paperback. It might not be right after the first story arc ties up. It might, we might get into the second story arc before we do the trade. It just depends on how busy we are. Like Jason said, there's a lot of people sort of working, and the pieces are all moving, but Spero Toys is effectively Jason, and then Derek and Sequoia and myself are really the only people that are employed in any way by Jason. It's through Spero, and then everything is sort of contracted, and it's everybody's doing, whether it's sculpting or art or what have you. So there's a lot of coordinating that has to happen, to get all this stuff out. But yeah, lots of plans, lots of ideas. We talk about different species, different figures. Like the other thing that's really, really fun too is like, okay, if we did this species, what would its like function in the world be, right? Like you think about something like beavers build dams, right? So if we did a beaver, it would be like an engineer or something like that,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So you
right.
have to kind of find that.
I want that figure now.
No,
can
so
you
do
give
I.
me the
As
stem
a
size
Canadian, there's a
beaver?
list of like Canadian iconic animals that I'm really pushing for, including a beaver, a Canada goose, and a moose. So,
Moose.
but yeah, it's just it's just so fun, and it's a very Jason is the guy, but it's really fun to plant seeds in his head. Be like, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? And then he'll come back and be like, hey, I think I'd like to do this thing. And you're like, oh, that's a great idea.
Josh Brown has a question. It's a little different. Can you back one figure now and add an epic all in the backer kit?
You can, yes.
Ooh. Okay.
I want to see that work.
It's so it's tough because we would very much like people to back during the Kickstarter period, because then that goes towards the unlocks.
Mhm.
If you back the epic all in the backer kit, that's awesome. We totally appreciate that. We know that not everybody has $650 to drop on a Kickstarter. But the more that we can get during the Kickstarter period, the more stuff the epic all in would essentially contain. So as things get unlocked, the epic all in actually sort of gets value added to it. But yes, you absolutely could go that way.
So for those of you who are wondering, I just backed a Boone, a Gresh, a Hannibal, and a Grimes.
Nice.
What happened to our draft idea, Chris? Christopher, we had a plan. It would have been an epic episode. You would be unhappy, at least with half of what happens.
But I just heard that you can back the epic all in on the
After. Yeah,
that's true. So
you could still do the draft episode.
I just wanted to secure my own Hannibals,
and then you have some custom fodder for your laser cats.
What?
Laser leopards.
leopard?
I'm just saying it could be more.
Laser cats. I mean,
that's
already been coined.
I'm world building.
Another thing that's
cats with
super
a
fun
Z.
with this line is
Different.
that because the they're not entirely designed for pop and swap the way Mythic Legions are, but they're
Mhm.
pretty easy to separate pieces. So they're quite easy. Like even if you don't, even if you're not, going to paint figures or like modify them, you can get. I can't remember how many off the top of my head we have, but there's 6 different colors of ape. You can basically have 6 troop builders that are unique, and then there's the alternate heads and like, so there's just all this stuff where for most figures, for most characters, like one's not enough because you kind of get it and you go, oh, like Blight's a good one, right? You have that alternate head with the painted.
Yeah.
So a lot of people bought, 2 or 3 Blights and have like a little squad of those guys. I've got way too many troop builders. I've got a drawer full of them.
Do you
I have what's on my
do you
shelf, and
have
then I
a
have
pop and swap kind of custom that you just love?
It's not even. So this is one that I just really like. This isn't even a pop and swap, really. But it happens to be really close at hand. This is just Tiberius with the armor set instead of the armor that came on him.
That
So
looks
it's
really
just
clean. That looks really
well, that's
good.
because I didn't have to paint it. But the color palette worked perfectly for this, where like the gold and sort of pale browns on his existing armor worked really well with like the blues and darker browns from the Feralist armor set. So
I love that.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Tiberius buck.
for people that aren't customizers but want to customize figures, this line really lends itself to that because they're easy to work with.
That's cool. We do have some comments. Localoo, I agree. Platypus.
Oh, that would be cool.
Especially if
That'd
it
be
was
cool.
a secret agent. I would love it.
That would be a small guy too, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, small. Oh, that would sell.
Yeah.
But would the beaver have a tail?
Yeah, of course.
So he wouldn't, because Jason. So the
He's against tails.
well, it's not that. It's that within the lore,
Anti-tails.
right? The
Anti-tails.
all these people were humans that had their sort of DNA modified.
Spoilers.
And so, yeah, well, that's issue 1. If you haven't read issue 1, you've had a year. So it's
That was the sci-fi twist where like, oh, cool. This is
right in issue 1. You're like, what? Yeah,
that was like the Planet of the Apes twist at the end of the movie, right?
But Jason threw it in on like page 7.
Yeah.
So that you were like, you didn't have to wait that long.
Yeah.
And this is a good workaround. It's a cybernetic beaver.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
tail changes
Well,
everything.
Cybernetic tail.
That's just it. Like that sort of thing that Jason does, where he kind of looks at like, okay, well, what would this species have? Like, how does this work and things like that. It's definitely, yeah. That's the fun stuff. That's the magic that Jason brings. Where I'm sure he would think of something
Sure.
that people will go, well, it's not what I expected, but that works incredibly well.
Like I don't know. So like, I guess like now that Jason's gone, like you can understand why you have like I have like a man crush on Jason. Just like
I was
man,
gonna say. I mean,
like it's he understands who he is very well.
Oh
in
yeah.
terms of being very eccentric, but he is right on like par with knowing how to deliver an amazing figure, but not only just like designing it, but marketing it. Like it always goes back to it. And same with you, Adam. Like just going back to like knowing what the lore is, knowing what the figures are, knowing what your options are, and then giving the people the advice of what they need to guide them through whatever the lore is, whatever they may want to buy financially, anything like that.
I think a big thing with Jason is that like I said, there's sort of like a naive innocence where he just he doesn't stop to think like, is this a good idea? Like he said, he's already mapped it all out. He just has to execute it. And I think a lot of people kind of underestimate him when they just chat with him for a few minutes because, the vision that he has is so, is so laser focused.
I see what you did.
He knows exactly what he wants to do, and there's room for adapting. There's room for if again, it's so much fun to collaborate as much as I can with him because sometimes I have a different take than he does. Sometimes I have an idea that he didn't think of or he thought of and thought maybe it wasn't a good idea. Sometimes he has ideas that I have to say that's not a good idea. Um, the metaphor that I've sort of come up with is he's kind of like Pinocchio and I'm Jiminy Cricket on his shoulder, and I'm like, I give him the best advice that I think I possibly can, and whether he follows it or not is entirely up to him. But it's just so much fun, and it's just an absolute pleasure to get to work with him because he and I are so very different. I can't create the way that he does. Like my brain does not work the way that
I
his
don't
works.
think many people.
Yeah. Nope.
But it's a Toy Father's crush and all, but it's a beautiful thing to see and hear, and you can feel it within this line especially when you speak to them.
But
and
when a person knows himself that well, he fills in
yes,
the gaps with his team, right? And that's what we're seeing.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
that's good
that's
management.
everybody that has contributed something has something that's unique, and has something that's their own, and not any one of us sort of is perfect and sort of has everything. So everybody that's been involved has been involved for a reason, and it's not by accident that people have sort of come in and stuff. So yeah, it's really, really cool environment.
We have a question about shorter characters. Beavers,
Boars.
porcupines, boars.
Boars.
I kind of like porcupines. That's a good one.
Porcupine's
So one I can speak directly to because there has been turnaround shots shown of a boar. It would be a slightly smaller buck, but it wouldn't be so much that it was smaller as that it was wider. The other ones, again, it's this like we're doing this Kickstarter to get all these bucks into the line, but as I said in the Kickstarter, instead of playing it safe and doing a fourth and a fifth and a sixth reptile, we're doing the bird and we're doing the elephant, potentially unlocking the rhino and the hippo at the end. We just keep going. So smaller scale figures are definitely something that has been talked about. It's definitely something that there's definitely a desire to do it. It'll just come down to how well does the stuff do in this Kickstarter, and then the next couple waves, and then when it kind of makes sense, and the time is right, and we have 2 or 3 characters that would work on that buck, we would likely introduce it. But there it's not nothing's there aren't turnaround shots for there are no turnaround shots for a beaver or porcupine as yet.
Next week, tune in.
yeah, who knows? Who knows? The sculptors are just going crazy right now, trying to sort of like fine detail all the stuff that we're doing. So, but yeah, it's definitely different scales are definitely again Jason's vision of like this toy line being like something that we would have wanted when we were kids. I think most of us were always frustrated by the fact that big characters were very often the same size as small characters, in the lore, whether it's the comic book or a cartoon or what have you. And so we're definitely not going to make a mouse that's the size of a gorilla. So it's really just a matter of when we get to them. We will very likely.
That's cool.
Smaller.
So I'm
understanding for insects as well.
Now I am understanding why there's
maybe.
Now I'm understanding why there's a brawler figure bundle pick 5 after what you just said about like the unlocks. So
the brawler, there will be, if we unlock the ox, there will be 4 brawler figures.
Okay.
So if you pick 5, you would have to pick a double, because the hippo and the rhino would be bigger actually than the brawler.
Why? They're not brawlers?
No.
Oh.
Like I said,
think about the scale, Chris. Think about the scale.
Yeah, so they'll be bigger and they'll be thicker.
I'll go with 2 rhinos. 2 rhinos. I think they need to be buddies.
Yeah, think about like Disney's Robin Hood, the rhinos, like that shape where they're kind of like pear shaped, where they're heavier at the bottom.
Oh my god. All right.
I know it's
Right?
beautiful, right? That's why I'm so
Right?
excited about rhinos.
Oh my god.
We get like no rhinos. We get rhino from Spider-Man, and that's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
And you
I
get
mean,
different versions, but that's all you get. Yeah. So the
because I want
scale
those.
wise,
I want the red bird. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Like we talked about this an hour ago. I want the red bird. I want the elephant. Now I want the rhino. I want the hippo. That's 4 more figures.
I forgot
This
about the
thing is
hippo.
this is going way over 300. Right
Epic
now, so-
all in.
but this is what I'm saying. The epic all in is like it's the way to go because it's so this is my other sort of like there's always chat about like why do companies need to do Kickstarters and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I prefer to prepay for my stuff because like if I
Yeah.
can afford it now, I can buy it now, and I don't
Yeah.
I don't get that
That's how I
that
budget
shock
as
of
well.
like
Once I
oh no,
order something, I
Hasbro's doing
swear to
4
God.
waves that I thought were coming out in
Yes.
June, but they're coming out in March. So I'm much happier to prepay for things, which you have to take with a grain of salt because I'm trying to sell people on an Epic All In and a Kickstarter.
Sure.
But for me, and I will say this, I put my money where my mouth is. I did actually back this with my own money for an Epic All In,
You
and
did.
3 figures on top of that. Jason's like, you can have like a full set of figures, and I was like,
No,
yeah, I know, but I'm gonna need 2 of
He's
everything.
like, you can have the extra 3 figures.
It-
Keep it all in.
I need at least 2 of everything. My wife has claimed a couple. My kids have claimed a couple. Friends
Oh,
are like,
okay.
"Hey,
Hysterical.
can you get me one of these?" kind of thing. So, I need them all. But yeah, as far as the I don't know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought. What was I
Just
saying?
back the epic all in. That's
Just
what you're
back the
saying.
epic all in.
And
Exactly.
make Jason happy. We're $250 away from meeting that
207. Yeah, we're getting close.
That'd be nice.
And then we're only $203,000 away from the elephant.
Oh. Wait, how much?
We're halfway. So 205 is halfway to the elephant.
Okay. Okay.
So let's see where we are right now. What unlocks next? I know that this one just got unlocked, right?
So Jessa unlocked this morning, and the female
wow.
head pack did as well. Now that was initially we had it set up where we were going to do head packs like we did in the first Kickstarter.
Yeah.
But then I said to Jason, with the army builder, you're probably going to want the extra head, and Jessa already has the extra head sort of packed in there in the image. I said with the army builders, if there's an extra head, people will get 2. They're army builders. It makes sense. I said, what if we just pack in the extra heads with the figures to just add value to the figures? The box, the packaging, the art, all that has to get engineered for the headsets. We sell the headsets for like $12, so it's a great value. But what if we just broke that into smaller bits and packed them in with the figures so that head packs actually aren't head packs? As we unlock those extra alternate heads, they'll just be packed in with the figures that they go with.
Oh, really?
So for the army builders, so for the lizards and the army builders, those are alternate heads, like different. For the lizards, like I said, you get a snake head with the chameleon, you get a helmeted head with the army builder, and then you get just a completely different head. That first one on the left there is the alternate head that comes with the blue.
Wait. So this isn't a separate little bundle of heads.
Not anymore. It's not.
Really? Okay, that's super interesting. I did not even realize that.
No, initially it was going to be like headsets where like we did with the first Kickstarter, you got 3 extra heads and it was $12 and they would color match.
Yeah.
But the economics of it actually kind of works out that it's kind of a wash to sell them as a head pack versus just pack them in with the figures.
This is actually no, I like where that went. That
the logic is you can now buy 2 of those figures.
Yes,
rather than a
have 2
headset and then have to
figures.
buy a second figure anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool. Oh, I
but
love
for the named characters, the alternate heads will be like different facial expressions.
So what basically Adam is saying is back 2 epic all-ins.
Yeah. because you're gonna need 2 of every figure. That's
Yes.
that's what I'm saying without saying it.
So as
Or
we
back
go
an
along,
epic all in, and then during the Kickstarter backer period, you can add another epic all in. You don't have to
Yes.
do 650 twice. You do 650 now, and then you do 650 a little further down the line.
Yeah. Or
So-
just do 650 twice.
as we go along, as more unlocks hit, they actually add more value to the figures already revealed.
Yes, yeah.
That's incredible.
It's
That's
really
another thing.
smart.
It's another thing with Jason where like I keep telling people, like, you will get everything that's in those pictures at the very least, because most of them there's like another accessory, or there's like the alternate head, or like there's something that he's still kind of working on. They all come with extra hands, but the extra hands don't show up in the pictures.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like the first wave of figure, like
Yeah.
the fists and then those open hands is likely going to be what we get for those as well.
Oh, wow. So this is really, yeah. So the value is exceptional here. I mean, even right here, I was like, all right, cool. But if there's even more stuff as we go along, that
So if he
will
unlocks at
show up.
220 and then the extra heads unlock at 230, he will actually have another head. He'll have 2 other sets of alternate hands. I don't think there's another accessory with him, but like I said, for some of the other figures, there's like other accessories that are sort of in the works that just haven't, they haven't gotten their renders done, so it just hasn't been added yet.
That's awesome.
He's just constantly working and improving and like adding more stuff, and yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So this is the people in the chat and those that listen after, this is what we're marching toward right now. This is the next unlock. The unlock after even adds more value to those that have already been unlocked that fall within the assassins. Oh, that's so cool. And then 260s when we start to see some of the birds show up.
260s once we start unlocking new bucks. Like it's there's more molds coming there with the birds with the winged arms and stuff like that. And I believe that soft goods may come into play with the birds.
I was going to ask, is that
just saying?
I was
saying.
For a future wave, down the line, next year maybe, soft goods, but that's awesome.
There's a few characters. So if you've seen previous turnaround shots for the Raven, which is the first bird there, there were sort of more to him. He had sort of like a fabric wrap that went around him, as well as a hat. I don't know that the hat is still sort of in play, but I am pretty sure that the soft goods wrap will be on there. But I think we just don't have the proper art to sort of show it. So this is our fault, right? Like we could have just sort of shown all this stuff to people, but we've seen it and like we discuss it, and it's fun to just be like, oh, and by the way, we're doing an elephant. Like we didn't show the elephant to start. And when we kind of dropped that, when Jason dropped that, people were like, wait, what? And what do you mean? Like, is it on a brawler buck? And we're like, no, it'll be 10 inches tall. It'll be the size of a Mythic Legion scale ogre.
Oh my god.
But wider and thicker.
God, really?
So it'll be like somewhere between, like, think of like Slog, but taller.
Are we thinking $80 figure?
Hold on. I don't have that in front of me. But I can get it. I think it's less than that.
It's certainly less.
80, yeah, 89 for that.
It's certainly less as part of the Epic All-In.
Well, that's just it. If you think about it, if that's an $89 retail figure, and the hippo and the rhino would be like $60 a piece.
And the hippo and rhino's not even shown on this page yet.
Nope. And then the brawlers are $50, so that ox would unlock in the Epic All-In. So you like the Epic All-In effectively like doubles how many figures and how many weapons packs and stuff you get, but most of them are bigger and more expensive.
I think to sell, well, I mean, you're marching toward it right now, but a scaling aspect might be good to communicate the size of some of these figures.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let me see if I can quickly find it and send it to you. We have a scale. It's a little bit off though, because Jason kind of cut and pasted it very, very quickly.
Oh, this is exciting though.
but if I can find it,
Oh,
I'll just send it to you in the
man.
chat.
Hey, we're getting even closer. $180
Nice.
to go. To hit 207. It's like a stream goal.
Let's see. I gotta figure out. I don't think I could send it as a picture in the chat.
No problem. No problem
That's
at all.
fine. Pablo wants to see a porcupine fighting a laser leopard. That's great. Here's an idea. Mythic Dolphin. Okay, we already talked about that. It was 89.
The
89.
elephant's 89. Yeah.
Let's see what else.
But he's huge.
Loco Lou. I really underestimated this line at first. Now I'm stopping all my hot toy purchases for this line.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, like 2 hot toys, and you've got like a full.
You got the epic all in.
You got the epic all in.
Well, depending on what it is. Yeah.
Could you imagine the month as you open one figure per day? You could just. It'd be amazing.
I'm gonna see if I can send this again.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Epic All In is definitely cheaper than the cat layer.
Oh wait, you know what I could do?
Well, everything is cheaper than the cat layer.
That cat layer is like what, 700? Yeah, 700 or something like that.
I didn't do the math on tax, but that got up there.
No, it wasn't that bad. Let me look what my
but yeah, this is incredible. Lots of people are fans in the chat right now. I think Ray Paz is going to be staring at some options. And Machi Toy with a very good question. Toy Days are racing to 100, right?
I mean, after tonight.
Game on, Chris. Game on. First one to 100.
Jeez.
I sent it in a message on Instagram to Toy Father.
Oh, to me?
The scale pick.
Let me find it.
And that scale pick is a little bit off. Like if you pull it up, I'll kind of talk through the ink. So the elephant isn't. The elephant's bigger than what he is in that scale, actually. Yeah, Mythic Dolphin cost-wise, elephant is 89. Hippo is I think 59. Rhino is 59.
Oh, the Rhino's 59? Oh, perfect for me.
The hippo and the rhino is the same buck.
Cool. Oh, that'd be cool. 2 rhinos because they need to go in pairs.
Mm-hmm.
That's Disney logic right there.
Uh-huh. The Disney's Robin Hood. We're slowly filling out all the characters, all the species in Disney's Robin Hood.
That's cool.
We chatted a little bit about, how close could we get to those designs before they might get flagged. But
next up, Winnie the Pooh. No one's done it yet.
And it's public domain too. So
that's right.
You couldn't get flagged for that.
Here we go. There's your bear. There's your tiger. You already have the rabbit.
You'd have to do a donkey.
Oh, donkey.
There
we go.
Adam, I don't know. I don't see it in my.
You sent it the wrong place.
You gotta make it like a punchy donkey.
It's Toy Dot Father.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's probably in a message request. Is it in a message request?
I don't see it. No.
Dang.
Unless. What's your handle?
Highly articulated.
You can also shoot it over to me too.
Yeah. Where's
no dot chewing. It's the one I'm logged in on my computer.
Yeah, the scale. The scale is fun when.
So, Chris, what are you up to now? You're up to 5, and as unlocks 8.
I'm up to 4.
Okay,
but with like knowing that I'm going to back. Well, no, I'm going to back the Cardinal.
Oh, there we go. Look at this.
So the
Oh,
elephant's
that's
actually a little underscaled. So it's a little bigger than that.
Oh God, that rhino, Jesus.
After this, you do need just like those smaller like kid bucks.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, what did we had a name for what we would call the buck. I can't remember what it was, but
What, the elephant one?
no, if we do a little one, like if we do a but so
Like a pet?
no, like just small species, right? Because if we're going somewhat to scale for species, then you have a lot of animal species that should be small. But,
Yeah, true.
and that speedster buck's a little bit shorter. So it kind of goes currently it'll go speedster, female, pale, and sort of all the wave 1 stuff. Brawler, Thane, and the gorillas.
I mean, honestly, I know that he's probably one of the first figures of your series 2, and you guys are like, he was the first one, but we're excited about these other ones but man, Hannibal is just so good. Like, he is
Hannibal.
so good.
I've got the Hannibal turnaround shot on my wall, framed on my wall.
Oh, really?
And I've had it for quite a while, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Actually, the list of turnaround shots that I have on my wall, I have the Void, which is that kind of wolf with the cybernetic arm that is up for pre-order now, and then Raving, which is the Raven, the Hannibal, Mamba the elephant, and then the orangutan.
Oh, that one
Laranya.
looks good.
Yeah, they all look good. I got more turnaround shots. I just don't have enough wall space to put them all up. It was just it breaks my heart that I can't put them all on the wall. But yeah, the amount of like the difference in scale, there's not many lines that will have this much variety in scale this quickly. Like this dramatically different in scale. The only thing that I could think of that has sort of scaling like this is like Beasts of the Mesozoic, Cyberzoic, but that's because they're doing scientifically accurate dinosaurs, and you know you can't really have them.
Those look crazy.
I'm so down with the Cyberzoic stuff. Dino Riders just super modernized. I can't wait to get that stuff.
I mean, talk about another guy who is so enthusiastic about his product. Like, he's up there with Jason.
Yeah. And the same thing where like he knows what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, just they're great dudes too. And they're going to be at Joe Fest, and I'm going to pick up some more dinosaurs from them at Joe Fest.
Nice.
Yeah, those look great.
How much are the birds with wings?
They're standard figure, so it's like a $35 figure.
There we go. And comparison for the height of the birds, like standard height.
They will be they're using certain pieces from the Speedster, so they'll be a little smaller.
Okay, perfect.
Makes sense. They're birds.
Yeah, they're birds, right? So it's, you don't want
birds, soft goods, possibly.
Yeah.
And then no, that's
no, that's true though. Like that, Mythic Dolphin's absolutely right. Like Mythic Legion's like 10 years in now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we're doing that many scales of figures within like the second or third year they'll be in production. So it's kind of
that's true. When the first wave came out to when the first figures of this next wave coming out, it'll be like 18 months between, and that's a that's a lot in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Adam. I was like, I probably won't back. I was like, going into this, I was like, I probably won't back the Kickstarter just because I want to pick up something at a con, and when I see them at Legion's Con, I'll pick up like so many of them. But now, like seeing all these figures, all these unlocks, I'm like, I need to buy all of them right now.
So you like. That's the other thing is that like we're looking at, so for the reptiles and the brawlers, the first 3 of each at least, we're looking at like end of 2024 for delivery. So
yes, yep.
That's the other thing about this Kickstarter
It's a fast
Is
turnaround.
that like the turnaround? We're already working on the bucks. Like the big impetus for doing a Kickstarter this time was kind of more to get back in the news cycle, to get more eyes on the product, on the line. But then, to kind of test out the market and sort of see, which bucks people like the most, which ones, will we want to do more future waves, more future characters, things like that. And so to do that in this sort of microcosm of a Kickstarter was sort of the quickest and easiest way to do all of those things. I said on previous videos and stuff, like we let's say the elephant doesn't unlock, we'll still eventually do it. It's just it'll take considerably longer, because you just have to kind of let the waves fund the future stuff.
Got it.
So it's not like, if the hippo doesn't unlock, we're never going to do a hippo. It's sort of like we'll just have to wait until that sort of works itself out down the line a little bit. Just like all the other species that we want to do and other bucks that we want to use and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, the porcupine or the laser leopard.
Exactly.
2026.
Stay tuned.
Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited for this now, especially with all the things that you just shared, in terms of the extra heads that go right into the hands, like the things that are not necessarily outlined in the art. Oh, thank you so much for sharing all of that, because
absolutely,
that's a lot of great information. That that's really cool.
This is kind of why we're sort of doing so many videos.
Kind of the information on the Kickstarter kind of undersells all the cool things that adds.
Yeah, it does.
Forward,
It really does.
The extra heads, the value that's given back into the products. That it's not those head packs alone. Like it's not like you get the option to buy 12, 3 heads for $12. It's no. Those heads are now included with the figures already backed.
So it just ended up making more sense.
No,
for us
really
as well
great.
as for collectors.
It's I'm a collector. I'm leaning toward that aspect. I'm like, I love that.
Yeah. Even if you only buy one of the chameleons and you only ever have the chameleon head on it, you have the option, right? So if you want to, take, if it only ever goes on once for like one picture or whatever, right? It doesn't really matter. It's you didn't have to buy the head pack to sort of get it. So it kind of just works out for everybody. And I thought of the thing that I forgot earlier. Like I said, so the Epic All In, right? Like if you back the Epic All In now, figures are scheduled to come out in 2024, 2025. You back it now, pay for it now. You're basically paying for your year of figures, so that 4 months from now, 5 months from now, when something else comes up, you've already recovered financially from this thing. And the AWOC stuff will just show up at your door, and it's like Christmas, right? It'll just show up magically, delivered by maybe a stork, maybe a humanoid stork.
Yeah. I mean, it's how I do all my Mezco purchases.
That's a tier 650 stork.
Yeah.
And also, interestingly enough, the way we do the goals, Chris, the race to 100s, all in would count as one.
Does it?
Turo's count as one.
It's one purchase, right? It's one reward tier.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you, No Chewing, if I do an all in, I'm not doing a draft. They're all mine.
They'd be
getting
really
all
fun.
the figures.
Why don't you like fun? It's fun when one of us is miserable.
Don't limit how much fun you can have. Just go Epic All In and just get it all.
That's true.
Get all the fun for yourself. No draft necessary.
Should we start the other part of the show?
Yeah, I'm so surprised you said that, because I was going to say that like 20 minutes ago, but
I'm not the timekeeper, so I was waiting for you to be like, "Hey, and here's the slides."
Yeah. All right. Well, now for the show, guys.
No loopholes.
Well, for those of you who don't know, we do the TPC top 10. We're gonna be counting down the top 10, the TPC, the ToyPic Community top 10 from last week. Talking about the photos, talking about what's going on. Really enjoying the photography that we see that all of you in the community do and have supported as well. But before we do that, what's making us happy right now? Adam, what's making you happy right now?
This. So the Spectral Pale was something that I kind of really pushed hard to get into the Kickstarter.
Yeah, put it on again.
Well, he doesn't have an arm. The arm broke off.
It's okay.
So this is just like a
turn it to the side. Turn it to the side. Yeah, there you go. It's complete.
It's complete.
No one's the wiser.
Well, I have the other arm. It's just it's not attached. But this was just a prototype sample for this figure. The sort of backstory was that in the Kickstarter that Jason did for the 4-inch line, Spectral Pale. So, okay, I got to go a little bit further back. Jason did a graphic novel before he did the current version of Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. And then that's what spawned the 4-inch line of figures. So the designs were a little bit different, but still, anthropomorphized animals, and Pale was the main character. But he had the ability to absorb the powers of enemies that he defeated. And when he defeated the chameleon, he absorbed the power to sort of have this active camouflage, kind of predator style camouflage. And it was in the Kickstarter for the 4-inch line as a stretch goal, but it never got unlocked and they never made it. So before I was even working with Jason, I would ask him all the time, and I would comment, in the AWOC group and all this kind of stuff. Like, when do we get Spectral Pale? Give me Spectral Pale. How do we sort of get this going? And then when we started mapping out the Kickstarter goals, Jason sent me like a Google Doc of like all the unlocks and all the things. And like right there in the middle, not even as an unlock, just like as a Kickstarter exclusive, was Spectral Pale. And I was like, is this like, you really doing this? Are you not just teasing me as we're sort of, and he's like, no, we can do it. Like the mold's there. So it's easy enough to do. So he'll be glow in the dark as well. So it'll be translucent, glow in the dark. And I'm absolutely sucker for that.
That's all you, Chewy.
Doubling down, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I said. I said, well, if it's translucent, you may as well make it glow in the dark.
That's awesome. Chewy, what's making you happy right now?
I mean, besides talk about Animal Wars of the Kingdom this evening, I don't know. I'm just really happy, just in general. My collecting's in a good shape right now. Granted, we talk about all-in bundle, so what do I know?
Get even better.
But the last like 3 nights, I've been focused on clearing up my office. That's why there's some new lights behind me. But down below, near like below my waist, there used to be boxes and boxes of like toys in boxes, like still in the Amazon boxes.
Oh my gosh.
And I spent like maybe like 6-7 hours across the last 2-3 nights just clearing them out. So I'm feeling really happy that if I move my chair back, I don't hit a box. Like I can do that. I'm like, yes, I'm not crunching like a Mezco or something.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on the floor around me.
Yeah, that's everyone, right?
Let's make you happy.
I'm really happy about Adam, Jason being on the show. Really happy about talking more in depth about this series too for AWOC, and really happy about backing some of those figures and really considering an all-in, but we'll see. But also, I modded this guy out with Machu's advice, and I am so happy. This is my ultimate Scarlet Spider. I love Scarlet Spider. This is probably the best Scarlet Spider figure I have, and I have the Mayfax, so this is awesome.
That's the Legends with swap the shirt, right?
Yeah, with a Besley Studio.
Okay, yeah.
And then this is the old one.
Yeah,
plastic one.
That's like is it like rubber or is it?
Yeah, this is rubber.
But the new one's soft goods.
Yeah, so this is soft goods from Besley Studio
with a wire, right?
Wired cape or wired hood.
Yep, wired hood.
Nice. That's cool.
That's cool.
Pretty awesome. I love it. And kind of like what Jason was saying, like sometimes modding out your figures just makes it that much more special and
Yeah.
much more fun. That's what I really like. All right, let's see what is next. Oh, we're going on the 100 figure challenge.
This is pre all in, so I haven't done anything. So
Yeah,
I'm up to 39. I ordered today on Hobby Genki. The Revoltech Captain Jack Sparrow came back in stock, and it was for $40. So I just pulled the trigger, added to my Disney collection. Very happy with that.
pretty awesome. Yimba is at a magical number that
This doesn't move
Yeah.
week over week.
he
so
he
Honest,
was
is he
quote
hiding something? Is there like
well he was
denial.
he
Yeah.
was quoted in the chat saying that it's probably climbing to 50. So
That's right. That's right.
so it's just not updated yet? It's
no.
yeah.
Well, before this stream, I did buy the Shield 3-pack.
Counts as one.
Counts
Counts
as
as
one.
one.
I have 51. However, if you count the 4 figures I just backed, I'm at 55.
55. Nice. You're winning the race.
We should maybe for the epic all in, we'll just do it in one box so that so you guys can just claim it as one. Because if it's in one pack, like is that the
One
rule?
massive
Like if
box.
it's yeah, exactly. Just in paper bags in a box. Just chuck it all in there.
I don't know. The rule's very weak about this one.
Yeah, I know. Machu really questioned my customizing ability when he asked, why did you cut this? I did end up cutting this off. The best part was in my reel was that I heated it up and then I just cut it.
And then cut it, yeah.
Then cut it, yeah.
What's up, Jared? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for
Hey,
joining.
Jared.
So some toy news today. This just dropped as a pre-order. The Popeye Mezco. I want to say it's a re-release from one of the Popeyes that they've done. It's a great sculpt. It's a great Popeye. I have the Popeye Popeye and Brutus 2-pack from Mezco.
2-pack, yeah.
So good. So good.
I mean, this looks really good. I mean, all their Popeyes look great. I think it's pretty amazing because I think what was the price tag? $95.
Yeah,
it's a good.
It's a great price. Great price.
You get the coat, which I was tempted on just picking this up, just for some of the accessories he comes with.
Yeah. Next one, Rise from Your Grave. Did any of you guys play Altered Beast when you were in Altered Beast fans? No?
No.
I was the video game kid that played like whatever other people had. And like I'd go to somebody's house and play it and just not remember. And then I'll see characters and be like, oh, that's from that game. But I won't know what the character's name is or what the game is. What was it recently? I just saw somebody do, I think it was a custom from Night Stalkers. Was that a
Night Stalkers was it was a game, but also one of the Night Stalkers was in Capcom versus Marvel.
Yeah, the vampire guy. Yeah. But I was like, then I went down a rabbit hole of like Night Stalkers and just looking at the different characters and thinking about like how cool those figures would be. And like that's the problem with all these things, right? Is that you get one and then you're like, maybe I'll get
you need to get like
13 others.
It's really interesting with this line too.
You say that and you just did the whole picture like the AWA. That's how I feel about the AWA.
But that's just it, right? Like it's you get one and it's like a gateway.
Yeah.
It's true.
To the epic all in, everyone.
Exactly.
Interesting with this toy line though. It's not just Altered Beast. It seems to be classic Genesis video game characters.
Yes. So
that's cool.
Yeah, Altered Beast was a Genesis game. It was also an arcade game. It was I loved Altered Beast. I also just loved werewolves growing up, so it was like one of my first like werewolf games. It was probably like the crappiest controls, but I still played it. I couldn't get past like the first level, but it was still so much fun to play. So great game. I just saw that. I'm like, this brings back nostalgia. Next one, up for pre-order, the Mafex Spider-Man 2099. Looks pretty
Beautiful.
cool. I still haven't pulled the trigger on buying this one. I might wait, so we'll see.
I love that they included the fingertips, like the
Yeah,
little kind of
yeah.
hook fingertips.
Were you a big fan of the comic books growing up?
I was like the 2099 stuff kind of hit
Yes.
like where I was still it's sort of not like I didn't know any better, so I fell down the 2099 rabbit hole.
I did
You
too.
read them now and you're like they're pretty much garbage, but
Yeah, X-Men 2099 I
oh,
used
it's
to be fond of,
terrible.
but there's some. It's okay.
It's
Well,
yeah,
Spider-Man
yeah.
2099 and Punisher 2099, I thought were the best written, to be honest.
My
Yes,
brother
yeah.
loved Ghost Rider 2099.
That was a cool one. That was a
Yeah.
cool one. That
They
was
were
definitely a
interesting
cool one.
takes, but I think obviously we're getting Spider-Man 2099 figures. He's also in the Spider-Verse movies. Like I think this of all of them was the one that actually hit, Like
Yeah.
the design is fantastic. They did a good job to still keep it Spider-Man, but it's a different person, it's a different sort of circumstance that created the character, all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. But like that character design is fantastic. Just like Scarlet Spider, right?
Yeah.
It's still iconically Spider-Man, but it doesn't look anything like Spider-Man.
So
And
true.
it's those like original classic Spider-Man, blue and red suit, Scarlet Spider, and Spider-Man 2099
Yeah.
are like it's hard for me to say like one of those is my favorite design of Spider-Man.
Sure.
They're so good.
Yeah. I mean, and then you spin off to Miles, which is a great design as well.
Mhm.
To a black costume when he changed his iconic and then had a black costume for a while, and that's an iconic one too. But
The
in terms of,
Fantastic Four, blue and black Fantastic Four Spider-Man.
yeah,
Did you guys get that one?
the
Did anybody get
Baghead
that
one, the Baghead one, or the one that just released with the Wolverine?
Oh, I forgot about Baghead Spider-Man.
It's
No, I
the
was thinking the
bombastic bag man, by the way.
yeah. No, I was thinking of that 2-pack with the
Wolverine.
I had,
Yeah,
I
Fantastic
got that.
Four Wolverine.
I got that. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so I will buy every Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I bought.
Couldn't tell with the hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Snake Eyes for me. Like people are like, why are they doing another classified Snake Eyes? And I'm like, because I
Do you
need
buy
another one. I need a
you buy
brown
all
one.
the Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love when we go down those rabbit holes. Like,
I buy almost all the Wolverines and all the Cyclopses.
what were we just talking about before the stream, Chewy? Like, I bought like 3 Scarlet Spiders, the new ones, just because I knew I wanted it so badly, and I knew, something happens to it. I have 2 others.
You have a backup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of
What-
like our friend
what did you buy?
Toy Addict. For a while, whenever you saw a Superman on the shelf, whether you already had like 5 of them,
Just buy it.
they're like, "Oh, Superman,
Yeah.
take this."
Toy Addict and I.
That's a hard one though, because there's a lot of Supermans that come out.
Yeah. Toy Addict and I talked on Monday, and he said something that spoke to me. So, like, there's a point where sometimes your collecting goes unhinged,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
and you're like, oh man, you're thinking about a figure, like, man, I really want that figure. I should buy that figure. And then you buy it, but then you do some cleanup, and you're like, shit, I already bought this figure.
Mhm.
So that's when you know you have a problem.
Yeah.
But I knew-
I'm usually pretty good for that, but it does
Yeah.
happen. It
It
happens
does
to
happen.
everybody.
It does.
It does.
Or you see it on sale and you're like, I know I have 2, but a third wouldn't be the worst thing.
Sure.
I could army build them. I could customize it.
Yeah.
I think I did that with
What
a
could I use these
sleep.
parts for?
I think I did that with a sleepwalker. I thought I had it open, and then I was like, I don't think I bought this one. And I bought it because it was on sale. And then I opened it, and then I saw, as I opened it, I was looking, I was like, oh, cool. I look up, and it's right on the shelf. She's staring at me.
Already opened. Yeah.
Already open.
There you go, people in the chat. Chris has a figure for fodder. What Laserman character could he build off of a Sleepwalker buck?
Oh, good one. Good one. All right, we have our secret hashtag TPC_mini-mates, correct? Mini-mates.
Mini-mates 24, celebrating the end of March of Mini-mates. Still time if you're interested. Go hit up Mini-mates ACBA on Instagram. There's rules, there's prizes, there's themes. Go ahead, go for it. There's still a few days left. I failed this year. I did one shot, but happened to be Turo months, and I'm now a Turo page. So
Nice.
no turning
Well,
back now.
This isn't a mini-mates, but I chose this one for Giovanni Pangabin. And it's just a great pose for Ryu, and honestly, well set up for the photo. Shoot me 91.
That's right. Chose this for Yimbo. It does feel like a shot he would pick. It's a really cool verse pick, and sharp. Well done.
I like Superman under the column in the background.
Yeah, that's not a good look for Soups.
He doesn't handle magic well.
Nilla Gorilla, fan of the show, fan of Nilla.
Friend of the show. Great pick. I love Lego photography. It's not a mini mate, but it's close enough. It's
a Lego.
Yeah.
It's a Lego? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. It came with the guitar.
I think this is a custom.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's when people work with Lego minifigs in toy photography, it's remarkable because it's
incredible, right?
Because your articulation and like what you can do with it is so hard, but just what he's done with the picture, to have the music notes and even just a simple background, right? But it's like really effective, and you kind of get the feel of what's going on there. Really
the background is like just beautiful bokeh right there. It's just so good.
And what's interesting with Lego that's also very impressive is that typically there's high gloss on Lego.
Yeah.
So a photo of it and having those minimal glosses in this one and all those other Lego shots that we do see, it's something.
That's how I feel about Robotech figures, that there's this high gloss that sometimes makes it hard to shoot, but yeah. What is the hash? I just did a quick fast forward and didn't.
It's the end of the month. I didn't know what to do. We finally reached one of those moments where there's still, days left in March, but we have no hashtag.
So let's keep it to mini-mates.
Yeah, keep it to mini-mates. Well, I should have an idea for next month, but maybe I'll just make up one. Hold on. Okay. We'll reveal that after. Just keep going.
It sounds good. All right, let's finally get into the top 10.
Number 10.
Chewy Rocks Toys. Is this a secret account?
Yeah, it's my second account. Could you imagine? No, can't take credit for someone else's art. Really sharp photo.
It is. Adam, what do you think about this one?
What's that figure?
I think it's a custom.
I'm trying to figure out what that head is great. Like I think the head kind of makes the picture in some way, right?
Yeah.
I like it. What song have they attached to it? I always struggle to and I'm not doing toy photography, but just like with any post that I do or whatever, it's always fun to add a song. I don't know if that sort of influences how much I like pictures sometimes, but I think sometimes it definitely does. So.
Let me see. Let's hear it. I don't know if we can.
But I love that head sculpt, whatever that is.
Oh yeah, where is it? It is. Oh, it does the flash.
So that's a stock. That's a stock figure. That's a great figure.
It is. He doesn't even. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Hold on. I think I have answers.
Do you?
Yeah. I think Chewy Rocks was one of my people.
Oh, what ironic. Okay, someone said Brick something says Prince Volton. Oh, from the Flash Gordon, which makes sense because the song was the Flash Gordon song. Okay.
Ray Pass, read the chat.
The chat's so helpful. Hey, every time I stumble and I'm like, oh, what's the name of that thing? It's like it
Yeah,
takes
I
about
know.
10
That's my
Someone-
favorite
someone
thing.
knows.
10 people are like, hey, dum dum. It's this very obvious answer.
That's
Well,
how
that's
I
what it
knew
was.
that I how I realized I know nothing about Pokemon. The chat
Yeah.
What do you
made
mean?
that
How you
abundantly clear.
realized that? You knew that too.
I knew that, but I figured if I saw
It gets reinforced when you
yeah. But if I saw like a Pokemon character on a picture, I'd be like, oh, that's a Pokemon.
Mhm.
But no, it didn't happen. I thought it was a snail. So I have answers from Chewy Rocks Toys. I have a huge sentimental attachment to the Flash film, and Brian Blazed's completely over the top character is epic. I had to give up my toy room, so I take photos wherever I can. However, the room at the top of the house has a spot with amazing light, and that's become my favorite location. I use my phone to take pictures. It's a basic model, and I should use a dedicated camera, but I like the idea of having a quick, unplanned photo session with whatever figure catches my eye, and for that, the phone works perfectly.
I like that.
For what's making them happy in the toy community, I love how positive and supportive the toy community can be. When I started posting toy photos, I didn't know what to expect. Social media can be toxic, but everyone has been great, and I've discovered amazingly talented individuals that spark my imagination every day. In terms of toys, Boss Fight's Bucky O'Hare line brings a smile to my face every time I see it. And I'm desperate to get my hands on some of the new Biker Mice from Mars figs.
Oh yeah, those look good.
Those
They
are good.
look
Yeah.
really good. I thought they were, early photos of those figures look kind of stiff, less articulation,
They look good.
but
I think they added
can
some. I
move.
think that like through the process they got more articulation. I think.
Yeah,
I
must
could
have.
be wrong, but
because I thought at one point they didn't have ab crunch, and now they have like a lot of like torso articulation and shoulder articulation.
yeah, I think when they sort of first solicited like the renders, they just hadn't put the articulation in. Like it looked like they had like single jointed elbows and knees kind of thing.
Yeah,
But I think they whether they changed it or whether they just sort of improved the renders, I don't know. But yeah, they're I think they're quite articulated.
All right, let's move on. God, this figure is really good. I kind of want it to. Let's
yeah.
put
Look
it
at
in
those thighs, Chris. Get the
add it
figure.
to add it to the epic all in.
Number 9.
This is the next bird person.
The next bird exactly. The figure central. He was they were with us earlier. I hope they're still here. Fantastic photo. Adam, you want to start?
I like this one. I like this one a lot. That's the what's the alphabet figure? What I've seen a couple people posting that figure just landed recently in the last few days. I like the lighting feels natural. This seems like a sort of a dusk type shot, and that backdrop, which I suspect is probably just a backdrop, but it works.
Yeah, it could be digital.
Yeah, a lot of friends of mine just use like TVs. Like they've bought TVs just to put images on as background.
Yeah, some people buy 4K TVs
Yeah.
or monitors just to
Yeah.
do that.
I did that. I just haven't done
Did you
it.
really?
I bought a 4K like small monitor. Yeah.
Okay. You
I
never
mean,
use it.
I never used it. No, it's not. It's still sealed in a box.
Are you serious? You didn't even open the box?
No, I haven't opened it.
All right, next toy and tell.
Oh
opening the
yeah,
box.
maybe this Friday.
Digirama.
Maybe this Friday. I love the
Let it breathe.
little beverage the guy has in his
Yeah,
hand.
I'm a big fan of little accessories like that.
Totally. Love it. Do you have any answers?
We do. Pulling them up now. Hello, thank you for the opportunity. Really appreciate the story behind the photo. I used to work in construction sites, and there were times where I had lunch on the edge of buildings. Not as extreme as this picture, but definitely not safe. That gave me the idea to set a scene of two people hanging out on the side of a building. Technique-wise, I used two small lights with chutes for the near edge light and one big soft light directly above the entire scene. Last light was from below to give more contrast and shadow. Post work is just exploring a still image of the video recording I made of the scene. I then grab the image and do some color correction and then use that as my final post. The community has brought a lot of happiness to me in form of inspiration and engagement. I've been dealing with medical issues since August of 22, and this has helped me stay focused on something creative and positive. Thank you again, and hope you have a wonderful day.
Oh, that's nice. Everyone's so nice.
Everyone's so nice.
I love this. Figure
It's a
Central.
great community.
It is. It really is. Everyone in the chat right now. One thing that I found that I truly do mean, Adam, like when we went to your table, it was pure joy to see everyone that worked behind there, the enthusiasm behind the product, but also just the time just to talk and have fun and just take the time to really just have a good conversation. And I felt that, and that's why we want to create like this positive culture in the ToyPic community as well. Everyone comes in here, has great energy, and really supports each other, and that's what we were really trying to do.
I thought you were about to plug Laserman again by saying that's what I want with Laserman as well.
Yes, that. Well, I mean, Laserman does bring us all together, but yeah, that's
Number 8.
PL Toy Box Photography. Who is this guy?
This wonderful dude, wonderfully talented. My God,
Pablo is another another wonderful person we met in person and got to hang out with.
you know Pablo, right? He was right next.
Yeah,
to
he was
us.
like 2 tables away. He was like the
Yeah.
next table or 2 tables away from
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Yeah,
With
absolutely.
Jay Balda. Awesome photographer. Oh man, Chewy, what do you think about this one?
Oh, it's epic. It's Pablo's one of the best photographers out there. Super creative. The level of depth in the shot, it's eye catching.
I love the pigeon.
Right? So funny.
That's great. I wonder how we did. Pablo, if you're still there, I'm wondering how you did that, unless it's in your answers too.
It's probably in the answers, but
What do you think, Adam?
The drama, the high tension in this picture with it looks like that's probably Raphael, but it could be Michelangelo as well. Dropping his pizza. It looks like he's dropping his pizza, and it's like, I think this is the bike that goes with the figure from the last picture. Actually,
I think so too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. But yeah, just love it. Love the colors. Love the composition. I suspect that pigeon's probably just gray, but it's lit very well with that sort of the pink tones.
Oh, so good.
I'm envisioning an adventure of Mikey where he stole this bike and he's just trying to initially just have a slice of pizza calmly on the top of a building, and things just kept happening where he kept losing the slice.
I imagine that pigeon startled him or something, and that's why he's dropping the pizza. But
It's Mikey versus pigeons, and that's the entire issue.
I think Mikey in this one has found himself in a future cyberpunk era, and he's desperately trying to find pizza, and he finally did.
This is like Last Ronin Last Ronin. Like
yeah,
he's now the last Ninja Turtle, so it's harder for him to get out and get his pizza or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Last Ronin before the Last Ronin, but it's really the last pizza.
Yeah,
that's the lighthearted version of the Last Ronin.
Yeah, it got a lot darker after he lost his pizza.
That was the tipping point.
It was like falling down for Michelangelo. He dropped his pizza and he was like, "That's it. That's the end of it."
That's his villain
going on a
story.
rampage.
Oh man, falling down! What a reference! Oh, hilarious.
We do have answers. Pablo says, this shot has been on my docket of shots I wanted to take since 5K Toys put up the Fog Toys Fantasy Alphabet series with the hover bike. I knew I wanted to photograph Mezco Mikey going out for a pizza and using the scared head sculpt. Then the idea of hitting a pigeon and losing his slice of pizza. The dial and props I made myself. The background is a digital background I created as well. My family, faith, and toy photography community, and these Mezco TMNT figures which are the best turtles made to date, is making me happy. As a kid, I asked him another question. As a kid, I loved all the Ninja Turtles, and I made myself a 5th member of the team. My bandana color was black, and I had an outfit similar to what Dark Leo had on when he was with the Foot. I was an expert on all weapons, and I had all of them on me. I was more of a Black Ops turtle, doing assassination missions that the turtles can't do.
Dang, that's dark.
Even your childhood sounds awesome. My goodness, Pablo.
Yeah, yikes.
There's a lot of trauma in that background.
Oh no, that's awesome.
Figure Central from that last photo. It is TV. And
that bird better watch out.
that was the bike and unboxing art. Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
The guy that doesn't call me
I
back.
know. I actually did try to call you back today, but then my wife called me, so I had to take that call. All right, let's go see
Number 7.
Diggs Figs.
Oh, awesome.
Adam.
How many hits would Hulk get in before those drums were just destroyed?
2.
Yeah,
1, 2.
1, 2.
And sad
that
Hulk
angry
after
face.
that.
Yeah, this is like Animal, but scaled up to Hulk size. You know, where the drums. I feel bad for those drums.
Oh man, that's so good.
Those tiny drumsticks too. I want to know where those are from.
So I think that is that from
This might be a NECA set.
really? I thought it was like the Plastic Action.
Oh, you think? Okay.
The new ones. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he have drumsticks in one of them?
He may have, yeah. You mean Super Action stuff.
Super Action stuff, sorry.
Plastic Action does not sell drumsticks.
Yeah, Plastic Action is just a really good photographer.
Yeah.
Um,
Really cool colors. I love it.
great.
Very vibrant. Cuts the picture nicely.
Oh man.
This looks like it could be like a cover, like a
Yeah.
alternate cover for an issue of Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
Or an album cover.
Or a music magazine.
Yeah.
Drummers Weekly.
I do have answers.
All right.
Bought this awesome 1/6 drum set off Plastic Peeps and just wanted to shoot it. The Diamond Select Hulk fit pretty well. Background is a monitor and vape smoke at the end. What's making you happy right now? The kindness and support of the community, as always, and Dio Maker. So many amazing options recently, and of course, all the amazing toy content on YouTube, such as Yimba reviews everything on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Toy Talk on Mondays, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. No Chewing Random Dopeness at Machu Toy. Between Suit Sentinels with J-Shot, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Behind the Plastic Wednesdays. Worthy Distance Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just to name a few. Please excuse Yimbo for sending the questions 2 minutes before the show started. I'm just trying to learn about the new AWOC Kickstarter. Otherwise, I would have had better answers.
Solid.
God, I love Diggs. He's so funny. All right. Diggs, congratulations on number 7.
Number 6.
Aussie Action Figs. No chewing. Tell me a little bit about this lore. Who is this?
Wait, seriously?
No, I know. I know who it is.
Oh, it's
I don't
Wrecker.
Yeah, Wrecker.
Yeah. Currently in season 3 of Bad Batch, halfway through. I'm enjoying it. Adam, do you watch Bad Batch?
I haven't started season 3. Just it hit like right when we were sort of working on the Kickstarter, trying to get it launched, and so I'm behind like everything that came out. So between that, X-Men 97, and like a few other things, I'm so far behind. But I'll catch up one day, right?
I mean, it's
what we
decent.
tell ourselves.
I mean, it's the last season.
Mhm.
I think there's like 10 episodes a season. Yeah, catch up when you want to.
It'll be
it's like
be
a
one of those
4-hour
things.
commitment.
Yeah, I'll catch
Yeah.
up like one day where I just sort of sit down. You know, once the kids get to bed, I'll just sit down and watch all of them, and then
Yeah.
Oh man, I love the bokeh on this one.
Yeah, I love the blast up. The
Mhm.
little bits of dirt and particles.
I wonder if
this-
they use like a
is this
sparkler.
vintage collection? Is this 4-inch figure?
I don't know if Bad Batch went
Did-
vintage yet.
So it's gonna be
Yeah.
Black Series.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Uh,
Scaling is great with the rocks. And
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. That's that's what I was noticing, is that, you know, you got that sort of rock, and then the sort of the ground, the rough ground, and then all that stuff in the back. Yeah, very well sort of set up.
Well, we don't have answers for this one, but it's okay. Aussie Action Pigs, if you're listening, if you're watching this on the replay, or if you hear from a friend, please send us your answers. We're happy to.
And please consider visiting the AWOC Kickstarter page.
I would recommend the Epic All In.
I would second that recommendation.
I would second a second Epic All In.
And I would second the second all in.
It still works. It still works. All right, let's move on to number
5,
J-Bo. Oh gosh, J-Bo Where's Jimbo when we need
Keep
him?
going. Come on. You guys just spit out with confidence.
J-Bo Tography.
J-Botography?
There we go.
It's easier if you read it in the bottom corner on the picture.
Oh yeah, that does make. Oh man.
Good old J-Bo.
Well, hey, J-Bo, awesome. Adam, what do you think?
Love this. I haven't received my Chester Cheetah yet, but
You ordered it?
Oh, absolutely. He's one of the sort of like brand icon mascots that I don't know. Actually, maybe I do know. I quite like anthropomorphized animals, if you hadn't figured that out.
Tony the Tiger.
So Chester Cheetah, Tony the Tiger was a great one too. But he just seemed cooler, you know, he seemed cooler than Tony the Tiger. So
Oh, definitely.
I love this, and I love that he's on Cheetos and the little inflatable ring.
That inflatable ring is so good.
I have these inflatable, like I think they're meant to be like inflatable can holders for like in a pool or something like that, and I've used those for like 1/6 scale floaties, right?
Yeah.
So this is awesome. I love this.
Oh my, it's so good. Chewy.
1 second. Just wanted to share this one thing, and
I've got it on my second screen. I'm watching it as it.
Oh wow, it really did just change. Wow.
Yeah.
207.
There we go.
Congratulations. Hey everyone, we did it.
We did it for this one stream.
And we'll take the TPC Top 10 will take credit.
Next stop, 410,000.
From 2005 to 2007.
Hey, it
Or
counts.
not
man. That's the
205,
thing.
207. Absolutely. No, I love this photo. It's great. I love joyful stuff, and this made me laugh when I saw it.
Do you think he ate them afterwards? I hope he did.
I hope so.
Such a waste.
Oh, why wouldn't you? I mean, yeah, of course you do.
Oh, that'd be so sad.
That would be really sad, right?
Like what? I mean, come on. Once you have kids, there's not really much that you're like, that's not edible anymore.
Yeah.
That's so true.
It's just an action figure. What's the big deal?
I ate some Oreos the other day, and it definitely said like December 31st.
Yeah.
I'm like,
don't waste them.
But they're Oreos, and they're in a sealed package. And
They
if this was
can't
zombie
go bad.
apocalypse, I would eat them.
Yeah.
So I did. They tasted stale. It's been 3 months. It tasted stale.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, there are no answers for this one, but
Josh Brown, you take that back. Cheetos are delicious.
Wow.
I'll be honest.
But he's thinking about doing an all-in, so
I'm a Doritos fan.
Oh, I did Doritos too. You should see our pantry. Our pantry's like half bags of chips and cheesies.
Really?
Oh, my wife's a fiend.
I wish mine
Chips.
were that.
When the pantry gets full, some days I come home and there's bags of chips in the walk-in closet.
What about
We have
Cheez-Its?
that many.
Cheez-Its?
Yeah,
We stock
all
on
of it.
Cheez-Its.
All of it.
All right.
I don't, but it's only because it's all coming from like Trader Joe's.
Well, the Trader Joe Cheez-Its are good.
Yeah, cheese rockets. Yeah.
Sure.
No, that's what they are. How
Oh,
dare you?
Sure. I get Cheez-Its though, but
No, the rockets are clearly better than it's.
they are.
No, I don't know. Probably not.
We have
Cheez-Its are
we
good.
have like a version of Cheetos, the crunchy ones, in Canada called Cheez-Its. Oh wait, is that what you're talking about? Cheez-Its. They're more
Cheez-Its are the-
corn flavored.
No.
Oh, maybe that's
Cheez-Its are like the cracker.
Are you talking about cheese lits? Because we've heard that's a thing.
No, I can't remember what they're called, but they're just called Hawkins Cheesies. That's what they're called. They're called Hawkins Cheesies. And they come in like little bags, like individual serving bags, and they're a little more. They taste a little bit more like corn. But Hawkins Cheesies, Cheetos Cheesies, the Cheetos Puffs. Josh Brown redeems himself there. He says, "I think I prefer a puff." The Cheetos cheese puffs are pretty phenomenal too.
Josh Brown, when do you land on Fritos? Love them.
Oh,
Did I
I
say
like
love them?
Fritos too.
I like Fritos with chili.
Yeah,
I like Fritos with anything.
Really? I'm not a big Fritos alone fan.
Really? I used to put Tabasco on, like as a kid, lay them out on a plate and then put a drop of Tabasco in each one.
like one drop on each.
Yeah,
What a labor-intensive snack.
but it's so good, and then you
I
feel
bet it is. I believe you.
The 60 seconds it took you to just devour it, and then
I'm
you're just
so
like
tempted to
sweated.
try and to go buy some Fritos and do that myself.
It was before they had spicy whatever.
Oh, right.
like,
You don't
none
have
of
to
it
do that
existed.
anymore.
I love that. Oh, that's funny. Great photo. Congratulations on number 5.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Number 4.
First Strike Figs. Oh my gosh. This
Hold
game-
on, wait a sec. Tom's cheddar fries. That sends me back, Wade, because they had hot fries, and I used to love those.
was Tom Cheddar's fries hot fries?
No, they had two different types. Cheddar fries was like not hot fries.
Got it.
So one was hot, one was cheddar, and the hot fries had like 1,000 chemicals, and it was never good for you. It never expired. I remember eating those as a kid, being like, "This is amazing," but this is neither fries nor chips. I don't know what I'm eating.
I loved hot fries growing up. Oh man.
This is
I
like
love
kind of
this
shot.
photo. I love this photo. First Strike Figs does epic photography. And this is, I think, the second week in a row with a really awesome scaled 112 bike.
Yeah.
Where are
was it
people
last
getting
week?
these bikes
Trooper Life actually
Trooper.
sent me a link.
for the
It's
bike?
from AliExpress. Yeah,
Yeah, I see them pop up on like AliExpress and stuff like that.
they're like
just randomly.
$2.
Yeah.
What's shipping though? Like,
$20.
yeah, it probably is. Probably is. Do you order off AliExpress, Adam?
I have done a few times. If it's something that like it gets sold out everywhere else. It's kind of my last. It's worst case scenario.
Yeah, it's a weird site. I've ordered a couple of things.
I've never not gotten what I ordered. You know, in
Yeah.
terms of it being accurate and not being a knockoff or anything like that. But I just feel like there's always a risk. I just feel
Yeah.
like you're always going to open it and go, huh? And then you go back and read the description and you're like, yeah, that's on me.
Yes.
Like I
Yes.
didn't order a paper bicycle. Oh,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a picture of a bicycle for $2.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is an epic shot. Absolutely beautiful.
It's so good.
I mean, First Strikes is amazing.
He does
All
great
of his
work.
photos.
Every single.
I love the combination here of a bicycle with the Mandalorian and Grogu. Like, because
Yes.
you just that mix up seems it hits for me. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good.
That's
Well,
like ET vibe with Grogu.
Yeah.
from
Oh,
the
Yes.
movies.
that's
E.T..
got the inspiration, right? Because Grogu's on there too. So
Well, I have some answers. The story behind my picture was just me having a nice sunny day and thinking it would be a great opportunity to channel my inner Sir Dork, utilizing some of the amazing practical effect tutorials he has shared over the years. This shot was my kind of thank you to him. Well, yeah, you did a great job. Number 2, what is making you happy in the toy community right now? Yimbo's ever evolving hairstyles.
Is that what you really wrote?
Yes, you wrote that, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's the best one yet.
First Strike says lighting is all practical. The jetpack is post. Oh, interesting. Yeah,
the lighting on the helmet is practical.
all the lighting is practical. I think
Wow.
he meant. Yeah,
Good job.
Yeah.
man, just every photo is really amazing. So nice job.
Number 3.
Primo 3000. Ooh, epic Spidey
yeah.
verse shot.
Perfect shot. What do you think, Adam?
Every single Sentinel.
I love that the robot spy. I can't remember what that one's called, but the fact that we
Penny?
never got that from Marvel Legends is shocking to me. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need to do that one. But this is great. I love this. Spider-Man is I love Spider-Man as well. I don't buy every Spider-Man, but we have most of these because my 8-year-old also absolutely loves Spider-Verse, and
Yeah.
it kind of like switched her on to like that Spider-Verse kind of graduated her from Paw Patrol and that kind of thing to like more complicated storytelling and more depth in characters and stuff like that. And she's watched it so many times. We went to the theater to see the second one and can't wait for the third one. At the end of the second one, she's like, "What? Like what?
Why did it end like that?
Why did it end like that?"
Yeah.
But yeah, that's this is a great shot. And like you get all of their character there too, just in terms of how he's set it up and posted. So
Totally. Oh,
And that Penny Parker is actually a custom
is
that
it?
Patrick Chow was selling. So that's someone in the community that
that's
made
got to
it.
be like a SH Figure Arts base or something, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm not sure. Well done either way. I like how Gwen has sneakers on too.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that there's a short for Spider-Verse that came out today? The
No.
Spider Within.
I haven't
It's
seen
a
it yet.
collab regarding mental health.
Oh, that's
Oh.
awesome.
So 5-6 minutes. And funny enough, I was showing my daughter, and I think she misunderstood what I said it was. She's like, I thought it was called Beyond the Spider-Verse. I'm like, no, that's the next movie. She's like, good. That was really short, Dad. And there's no Gwen. And I'm kind of out. I was like, all right, fair enough. If your character was in it, I get it.
Awesome photo. I mean, yeah. I love all the little details. Even up in like the yellow curb, right at the bottom. Like I love those details. And then the fire hydrant little. It's a messy Fifth Avenue, I'll tell you that. But it's the details really add to it. That light post is great.
Yeah,
and even in the foreground there, that milk crate in the cardboard box, and the cardboard box is kind of crunched.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I don't have any answers from Primo 3000, but if you're listening, love to get your take on this photo. Love to hear what's making you happy in the toy community right now. Let's move on to number 2.
Number 2.
Blue 124. I nominated this one, and I am so happy I did because look at it. It's awesome. What a great idea.
This is really good. Really funny. I wouldn't imagine someone doing this to a figure.
I know, especially that black cat one, because I think that's an expensive one.
It is. It goes for something now. But no, I mean, have fun with your toys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes the shot even more impressive.
The silk soy
Yes,
box is a
yes.
nice touch to let you know that's not milk. It's silk.
That is really nice. And the black cat and the
Mhm.
even the tiled floor. That's pretty cool. I don't think I haven't seen many black bathtubs. It's
True.
pretty amazing.
It works really well for this though.
It does. All right. Well, I have some answers. Hi, Chris. My name is Gio. Thank you so much for reaching out in the interest to know about me. The story behind my picture was that Black Cat needed a warm milk bath after a long night of fighting crime, and the reason for the oat milk is that I just don't drink regular milk. So I also kind of worked out for me because I gave it as a look as if it was a mild, slightly dirty, as if her being a dirty kitty. The dios, props, and backdrops I make myself, and also edit some in depending on the scene. For this black cat shot, I used a tile flooring I made that was specifically for a subway station dio that I started making. The milk carton I edited after taking a picture from my own carton. The cat is one that comes from the Black Cat retro version and drops on the floor is just spilled milk. What's making me happy in the toy community right now is that there's so many talented artists and photographers out there, which is very inspiring and brings out so many ideas to create more toy art to share with the community. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Blue 124. This is a fantastic shot. I'm so glad it made it to the top 10.
There's a lot of good shots there.
Digital Ronin. Oh, sorry. Didn't see that you were doing that.
Yeah, those BTS that I forget who in the Travis Ingram said.
Cool.
Told us about, so I jumped to it.
Digital Ronin. Awesome. Adam?
I love the lighting. I like the lighting on the claws, Wolverine's claws, and then the Cable's chest is lit up, and his eye as well. I think that figure comes with like a practical version of that too, but I think that this works a little bit better with the lasers and everything going on there. I like this.
Yeah, I think for that one, I have that one. The chest piece lights up.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I don't think the eyes light up, but the chest piece does.
Okay.
But it doesn't light up red. It lights up like this, just a light.
It's just like white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, both must go. Beautiful. Chewy?
No, it's a really cool shot. I was looking for a BTS perhaps, but it's a beautiful photo. I do like the lasers cutting through.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really nice touch. But take a look at this person's page.
Mm-hmm. That's a great shot too.
Pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, it was
wider
cropped on
shot. That's cool.
TPC. Look at that detail.
Mm-hmm.
Great job. Oh, it's not cropped. It's just they chose one of them.
Oh, and Travis is Digital Ronin. I didn't put the batteries in. They were buried in the closet.
Oh, look at this.
That's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Well, while you do that, I have some answers. Hi, Chris. Thanks so much for reaching out. I'm honored to be selected in the top 10 and completely blown away and surprised I got first place. To answer some of your questions, by the way, I talk too much, so feel free to simply edit down my responses. I was trying to go for that classic Wolverine and Cable team up from the classic X-Force comics, but with my own spin. I wish I would have had a Deadpool fig to throw in. After some trial and error and lots of falling over, I finally got the theme to stand up in acceptable pose. Not quite as dramatic as I was planning, but I haven't learned how to make them float in space using my telekinesis yet. The background is an Extreme Sets building, and all the particles and atmosphere effects are Photoshop. What makes me happy? Just meeting cool people. I'm still relatively small account compared to most of the TPC winners, but almost all of the people I met are smart, kind, and supportive. I love that. And just for fun, my spare time, I'm also enjoying getting to be a part of it. Well, Travis, we're glad that you're here. Everyone in the chat, give Travis a follow right now if you haven't already, because he does some amazing epic photo.
Totally agree.
He does a good job of making toys look like they're not toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And I like personally, I don't mind if toy photography looks like toys. I know that there's
Ooh, look at that. Yeah.
but like that just looks
Yeah. It looks like a person in costume.
looks like Boba Fett, you know?
Yeah. Wow. Ooh, look at that one.
Wow, that's cool. I mean, a lot of this is using that base, but he added in hands somehow.
So cool.
Unless it has hands. I don't know. Yeah, very nicely done.
Good stuff. Very good
Nice
stuff.
job. Nice job. Follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a like. Well, now it's time for our Fast Pass giveaway. You know what I'm going to do?
What's that?
In honor, we're going to do a Fast Pass giveaway, but we're also going to do a giveaway for this guy.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Okay.
let's do it right now. Just because we're talking
What
about
would you like the
toys.
hashtag be?
Hashtag epic all in.
I like it.
It's what we call a callback, everyone.
Man, callbacks are so underrated.
They really are. I think we're the king of callbacks on this show.
Yeah.
I should have did some capitalization now.
I was like,
it looks like
I was
Epi
like,
Colin.
I was like, Epi Colin.
Epi Colin.
Epi Colin, everyone. Just remember.
Absolutely. People in the chat, this is not for the Fast Pass feature giveaway, but it's for Christopher's what was that, Last Stand Spider-Man?
Last Stand Spider-Man. Let's do it. Let's give something away.
And as people enter that into the chat, if you've not done so, please click like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And after you're doing that in a second browser, please take a look at that Kickstarter. Go through all the figures. There's more to be revealed. It's awesome. We're excited.
Wait, Craig. Hey, Craig, I think this is the wrong one.
Close.
It's close.
We're not giving away EpiPens. Those are expensive.
They are expensive.
And they expire. That's the
I know.
And then, yeah, you need to give it to like your kid's school, your kid's camp. You need one that you carry with you. So when they expire, you have like 6 of like that 2 packs. You have 6 of them. You're like, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, totally.
I think I got like 10. I have to like just take to a disposal unit somewhere sometime. Someday. It would just be whenever I move, it would just be a box I leave behind.
Oh, there those are, yeah.
Retro stuff. Again, this is for Last Stand right here. While we're waiting to add to that, let's look at Kickstarter. Where are we at right now? Let's do a refresh. All right. And if you haven't looked at this awesome Kickstarter, let's check it out. So many different bundles you can get, so many different figures you can get. Not only that, as this Kickstarter gets backed, each unlock adds a little bit more to each figure.
Yep. Yeah, all that money goes back into cool toys. So
you really sold me on the Grimes and Boone.
Fox and the Hound. The
man, these look so good too. My goodness.
That's that one. The Jadu is my wife's favorite. That one there.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even get a chance to ask Jason about Jessa, being that the backstory of this character being inspired by his grandmother.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
His grandmother Jessie, who I think lived to like 106 years old or something like that.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So she's a warrior.
That's amazing.
Are there any other characters in here that are inspired by a real life person?
No, there aren't. Not directly in that way. So we had like Vero Atlas in the first one, and then Jessa in this one. There may be future ones. I mean, we have.
What was Vero Atlas based on?
Well, it wasn't based on anybody, but Eddie Salvatore designed that, and Vero Atlas is an anagram of Salvatore.
Got it.
So I'll pitch it right now. The rhino, perfect rhino name is Chewy. I'm just saying.
All right, I'll note it.
Of all the things you could note, now
I'll run it by Jason.
All good.
No, there's a character there isn't a character, but there's a figure that I want him to do. So once I get mine in, then I'll start petitioning for other people's.
That's right. Yeah, people in the chat, if you want that Marvel Legends Last Stand Spidey, use Epic Colin. We have some people that have entered it. I know there's 20 people watching.
Epic Colin.
Epic Colin. That's our new battle cry, Epic Colin.
Epic Colin, or as we wanted it to say, Epic All In. For if you want, Epic All In is really probably the best value, the bang for your buck on the Kickstarter. I have not.
You're not there yet, but let it.
Not there yet.
You still got a couple weeks, so you let it sort of let it simmer.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see where it gets us. Because that elephant looks great.
Yeah, it's like it's a tough balancing act because like I think as we unlock more, so like if we unlock the elephant, then the Epic All In looks like a ridiculous value.
Yeah, totally.
And then we'll get more people, I think, that will switch their pledge to an Epic All In. But what we're trying to tell people is if you just do the Epic All In now, it gets us the numbers to sort of get there sooner, right? But we're in this middle part of the Kickstarter where all the early backers, got their money in, and all the people that are waiting to the end are sort of just still on the fence. I think a big part of it is that people don't quite realize, or maybe it just doesn't quite. Maybe they're new to Kickstarter or whatever. Kickstarter doesn't charge your card until like midnight on sort of the day after the campaign.
Yeah.
So if you back the Epic All In today versus change your mind on the last day, it doesn't really make any difference at all. It just gets us to the stretch goal sooner to do it now. So
yeah.
And you can change your mind between now and then. You can go Epic All In and change your mind and get a smaller tier. I'm just saying.
There's flexibility there, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, people will be more excited to do the Epic All In if there's a rhino called Yowetsi. I don't even know how to pronounce that backwards.
Why? Yeah.
Yowetsi. Yowetsi? Work? Hey, Yowek?
We can probably work. We'll figure something out.
Yowek. That doesn't sound right.
Rhino just comes with smoke effects.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, last call for Epi Colin for the last stand, Spidey. It's all yours.
Much is still here. Just do the Epic Colin.
I'm seriously considering it.
We'll modify it too and ship it as one package, so that'll count as one thing. You'll be fine.
Well, no.
You go from 51 to 65 very quickly.
How big is that?
No, it's more than that. It's like Is it right? Like the weapon sets count against the total?
No, just figures.
Just figures?
In dioramas, or vehicles, but
Yeah. So what's the
think
total
it's-
on that?
There's so there's 9 just standard figures in the Kickstarter, and then there's
Okay.
4 unlocks. So 4 standard figures get unlocked, then 3 birds, then the ox, the elephant, and if the hippo and the rhino, it's 11 more figures on top. So that's and then Spectral Pale, the Kickstarter exclusive. So like 20 figures in the Epic All In.
God, that's ridiculous.
Do they count when you order them or when they're delivered?
I think I.
Oh,
you just muted yourself.
He doesn't want to tell you.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want people to know.
Because if it's when they're delivered, some of them won't deliver till 2025, so you're kind of safe in that respect.
That's true. We haven't decided what happens when the pre-order or the purchase goes outside of this year.
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
So you can kind of like split it across 2024, 2025.
Be the hero. We'll see.
All right, pushing the button.
Do it. Who's this going to?
Josh Brown says, "I'll personally allow you to not count these towards your count."
Drift tag.
Drift tag.
Give me a DM toy.father, and I'll send it to you.
Drift tag. What is your IG handle? If it's not the same as your YouTube handle,
Yeah,
that'd be helpful.
So that I can know who it's coming from.
Yes.
Yeah, that's always fun between YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, trying to figure out who's messaging sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real life.
Hey, I'm John. Excuse me? I don't.
Yeah. So congrats, Drift tag. I'll get that to you.
Oh, it's blue.
Oh, it's blue.
124. That's awesome.
All right, Gio. Awesome.
Perfect.
All right. Great.
Do we want to do a Fast Pass feature giveaway?
Yeah, do it. Right. What are you gonna put? DPC_ Epi Colin.
You know me.
Well, no, I mean it was on the screen.
Oh, well, you know me. This is also going to be the hashtag that we'll roll forward with all through the month of April.
Cool. Oh, great.
Awesome.
Good. That's perfect.
Epi Colin.
I love how things just organically happen here.
And I love that you can interpret that however you like. You can, if you read it a different kind of way, then you can use it a different kind of way, right?
Yes.
Epi Colin.
And for those unaware, this is just simply a Fast Pass feature giveaway. Any photo that you want from your past, or a new photo that you want to shine some light on, they'll go in for the ToyPic Community Instagram page, running for the next week or maybe the week after. Depends on when they post it for the top 10. And if you don't really want to do that and you just want to pass it forward to another photographer that you feel could use a little bit of extra spotlight, that's perfectly fine too. Paying it forward is fun. And even for the hashtag, usually we give it some sort of theme. I don't know what this could be. Just letters, or do whatever you'd like. Cool.
Epi Colin. Man, Machu is more relentless than Adam.
I put it all on the Kickstarter, and I just sort of point people in that direction and let the Kickstarter speak for itself, because I think the figures really do have quite a lot of appeal. So
I mean, you're absolutely right when you said that. Yeah. So Adam, what is your collection? What do you mainly collect? Is it a little bit of everything?
Yeah, what's behind you?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. My journey was I'll try to keep it quick. My journey was like when when my wife was pregnant with our first child, who is now 8, we would go to Toys R Us to pick up baby supplies, and I started looking at Lego. And I was a big Lego collector. I was really into Lego as a kid and sort of got out of toys late. When I was junior high kind of thing, but I got back into Lego, and then I was in Toys R Us more buying baby stuff, and I got deeper into Lego, and then I was in Toys R Us just buying Lego, and then I started looking at Marvel Legends, and then Marvel Legends was kind of the gateway back into action figures, and then it was G.I. Joe Classified and Mythic Legions and AWOC, and I do SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball stuff.
So you're a collector.
I just did.
You're one of us.
Man, everything. I see the
A
moose behind
little
you.
bit of everything.
Just touch this brand and this brand, and
Yeah.
enough to love it.
Random stuff. Like I just look. That Mecha Leonardo from Heat Boys. Like
Oh,
just
yeah.
stuff
Oh,
that
yeah.
you just go. Yeah, I think
Did you
I
see the
need
April?
that. Yeah, I'm not. I'm thinking. I'm looking probably at the Turtles and Shredder. April it seems like a bit of a stretch for a mech robot fighting.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm like, oh, that's the
I
one.
like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll get that one. I like that they're doing it. I like that they're doing.
Do you collect NECA TMNT?
No. But I do the Super 7 TMNT. I
Okay.
like the callback to the vintage figures.
Nice.
Got it.
Although I do have the Turtles in Disguise 4-pack to get, that NECA flavor as well.
Scratch that itch.
And the Last Ronin one. So yeah, I mean, I guess a little bit of
Just 20 figures. That's all.
yeah.
I love the moose behind you, by the way.
Oh yeah, Alder, the Mythic Legions moves. I have 2 of those actually. I have that one for Mythic Legions, and then I have another one, just to sort of represent Canada with a yet to be customized G.I. Joe Classified Mountie that's gonna ride it.
Oh, nice. There's some plugs happening in the chat. Yes, Spero will be on tomorrow night on Boxing Thursdays.
Yep.
With touring around in DK.
Awesome.
I'm not sure if DK is going to be there, but normally they're there.
I love DK.
DK is so fun. 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome.
And then what's after? You have like 3 more shows after that.
This week.
Yeah.
We just posted this week's schedule. We're still working on more. So it's like I said, it's a bit of a whirlwind. Yeah, we've got Toying Around tomorrow. Off the top of my head, I think Fridays are our rest day. And then Saturday we're doing Dork Lair.
Oh, nice.
And then I think there's something on Sunday too that I'm forgetting. But yeah, it's and then like I said, there's others lined up that I can't keep track of the days. So stay tuned to the Spero Instagram or Spero on Facebook or whatever. We'll post the sort of weekly listings.
This one.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's doing Brick something. Jason's going to be on with Brick doing the news.
Oh, and Collector Express on Friday night.
Friday, there you go. So there is something on Friday. I thought we had a day off. Oh, I'm missing that one because I'm not home from work by the time they'll start. So
Yeah, I like this one. Catch Jason and maybe Adam.
yeah,
And
exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean this is Jason's full-time thing, so he's available. Brick and I both have to kind of coordinate with other things, but we're having fun, and that's what's important. So.
We know that life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ready to poll this?
Let's do it. EpiCon.
Could you imagine if that was one of our hashtags for the entire month?
For the entire TPC_EpiPen. Let's see it. It is Retro Storm 15.
Retro
Yes.
Storm.
Nice. Congratulations.
No stranger to the Fast Pass.
No stranger at all. Reach out to me, whichever photo you want. No rush about it. There's no time due date, whatever.
Josh Brown's right. We're gonna do. I think that's yeah, and then Jason will be back on my show, Monkey Business, on the 12th, I believe. And I think we might do Toy Connections on the 12th, and we're Jay Gladfelter has sort of graciously said that if there's a Sunday that there's still that we're not doing a video, we might be on GDL again. So we'll see. There's lots.
That's awesome.
There's so many great channels. There's so many great shows, and it's like we kind of. I think to some extent we kind of underestimated how many people would be open to the idea of chatting with us.
Come back on when No Chewing does the epic all in.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the epic call-in, and we're both doing it. Actually, no, I'm going to force you to do it.
Wait, no, you didn't.
We're going to do a draft.
You can't backtrack.
I want the toy draft. We're doing that.
I'm doing a toy draft.
Come on.
No,
Misery on your face as we go through rounds would be just priceless.
No, I want to enjoy all of the figures.
That's fair.
Adam, thanks so much.
Thank you guys.
This has been a pleasure. Like, thank you for enabling me. Thank you for a wonderful product.
Thank you for staying on this long. We always run super late, so
yeah.
No, it's good. It's I'm always happy to talk toys. So
yeah. No, this has been fantastic. We really appreciate you. And we really appreciate everyone in the chat who joined us, asked great questions. I'll spin it again.
Oh, okay, hold on.
You could pay it forward to anyone that you want too, Retro. But
spin again. Pay for okay. All right, I'll spin again.
You know who's gonna get it? Macho.
Macho already has like 2 banked. He's out.
It's gonna be Macho. Watch it. It's Macho. It's Macho. Oh, it's Mythic Dolphin.
Nice.
All right, nice.
Awesome.
He's definitely a first one.
Yes.
that's Tiffany. She's awesome.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, reach out to
huge
me.
Supporter of AWOC and among other things. She's awesome. She always backs Kickstarters and like she's always like out
she
there.
She did too.
Yeah, 2 epic all-ins. So shame on you guys.
She has 2. We have none.
She has more combined than you guys do, or she has more than you guys do combined. So
yeah, I mean, I have 4 with maybe 6.
Do you know if it's Mythic Dolphin also on Instagram? Same name?
I don't know, but I believe so.
Mythic Dolphin, if you're seeing this or hearing this, give No Chewing a DM and give if you do toy photography, send us a photo to feature.
And if you don't do toy photography, just give it a shot.
Yeah,
take an AWOC figure. All you need is a phone, 1 light, and a box, and that's enough for you to get started.
Oh, I don't have Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Is that on Instagram? Do it again.
You want me to spin it again?
Just spin it again and give it to Macho.
Mythic, do you want to start an Instagram page and start toy photography?
That sounds very epic.
That sounds like a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just going to press it again.
No, she said pay it forward. So
all right,
Travis Ingram,
aka Digital Ronin. So
nice, perfect. Also, Mythic Dolphin. If you ever are interested in toy photography or getting into this type of hobby, reach out to me. Anyways, I'll happily nominate one of your photos to get onto the TPC. Love it when people get into this hobby.
Oh man, well, it's late, and
you guys are on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast.
Yeah, I know. Are you near
late, but it's not late.
So. Yeah, for you. I have a cousin that's in Vancouver.
Okay. Yeah.
So he just moved there, and I remember I visited there for a while. So West Coast Canada is beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I'm about 300 miles inland from Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
Over some mountains.
That's awesome. Well, I do want to thank everyone who joined us on the chat. Thank you, Spero. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, No Chewing. It's man, just so many good figures. I think I've made a decision on what I'm going to back today. So I'm going to tell you right now.
Unite my toy collectors, photographers, and more. We had some fun tonight, but we're out of pictures to explore. We thank you for your time. It was nothing but sublime. Though it's time to go to bed, don't be filled with dread. Because next week we'll be right here. Your toy daddies will appear to bring you joy and laughter every night and here on after.